40 years ago, we opened our doors with one mission in mind.
We'll be right back with the top 10 songs of 1983.
To sell quality American-made vehicles at a fair price.
You have arrived.
And we've loved every minute of the ride. Celebrating 40 years of Two Rivers Ford.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com Sports Desk. I'm Joe Huck. No news for the Titans today outside the fact that the free agents that they have signed have made their deals and they are in the building. In fact, we'll be talking to one of those coming up in about 20 minutes on 3HL. But around the NFL, the Dolphins made it official that Tua Tagovailoa's fifth-year option will be picked up. And former tight end for the Houston Texans, O.J. Howard, has officially signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. Remember, the Raiders traded away tight end Darren Waller to the Giants just about 7 days ago. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
H L 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music
Beautiful.
City. Sweet 16 coming up this week. Is it not beautiful? Why'd you give me that look?
Because it's cold, Mayor.
Oh, okay.
But it's sunny, so I'll take it. Thanks, Honk. Is this my new intro?
It is for today.
Are you going to tell me that I'm going to need to let a lot go?
That and the fact that it's cold outside.
Well,
it fits.
Listen, whenever you start the show standing up, Slay Dog, am I right?
Yes.
I mean, something's coming.
You're absolutely right.
You had a hell of a weekend, too.
Cool. I acted like I was 21 again.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, Babson.
Maybe
Nothing wrong
like
with having a
19
good time.
with a fake ID.
Yeah,
Kinda,
seriously.
that kind of
Have
party.
you ever been out and about in your life? I mean,
Did you run into 3HL listeners on the on Broadway? There's not a lot of people.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Just kidding. But hey, I did. Mr. Babs and I had a date night on Friday night, and we did do the whole. Yeah, we did the whole honky tonk thing until like 3:30 in the morning.
I like it.
Because that's brilliant. Although I will
You're
say,
literally the only people from Nashville on that road.
everybody was like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" We're like, "Here." Yeah. Although I did walk into one bar and it smelled so bad, like vomit, that we had to leave and go to a different one. I was like, "Cal, did I used to like stomach this back in the day?
Did I like this smell?
Wow.
Is this what I was going out for?
So crazy."
So, New Orleans has like a particular smell to it, especially during Mardi Gras, and it's like I've been twice. It's like old stale beer,
right?
But
I'm okay with stale beer and like bar mat.
But it just is kind of funky, you know. But like you get past it.
That's
who cares?
the mix of vomit and beer.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But
that
like,
sounds gross.
You definitely get waves of that in Nashville now.
Oh no, it's not waves.
It's because it's because of the beer,
It's
but it's because they stack the garbage up outside and it gets picked up like at 7 a.m. or whatever.
Oh no, this was like flat out in bars where it smells like vomit. Now, granted, it was St. Patrick's Day, so maybe people started early, all that. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of Earls here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get the night going.
Just to drop a little teaser for later in the show, somebody threatened to call the police on me.
What?
Yeah.
No, Babsy.
I'm not even lying. Y'all know me. Like the nicest,
We do know you.
sweetest person ever. Like I love everybody. But you guys know though, when I drink, I really do love everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like
Hunk.
I'm like happy drunk.
We need a Twitter poll. Yeah, I think we all are.
Happy drunk.
Twitter poll, Hunk.
Happy Friday. Let's not say
Which
drunk.
of the four of us are most likely to have the cops called on us?
I'm on
Oh,
top
that's
of that roast.
definitely
Oh, I don't-
not me.
Mayor, Slay,
I'm
Hunk,
loving everybody.
Hunk,
No,
or
it's Slay.
Davenport?
I'm loving
Actually,
everybody.
I don't know. God, I might.
No,
This
you're
could
gonna-
get a little.
This might be a
You're going to
runaway.
win this.
I think Babsy. I think you might get.
I almost said the
It's-
S word.
Well,
What, like I'm
seriously,
still
Dawn.
on my weekend
Listen,
or
you're
something?
well documented.
Come on,
like you had the
Davenport.
run-in with the police in New England, right?
I didn't even do anything.
It doesn't matter. You have
It's
a
just
mouth
the
on
horse.
you.
The
Like you
horse.
come back at. We would be like,
Don't
yeah,
pet the horse.
we would be like, yes, sir, officer, and you're like, wait, what? Why do I have to do what?
What you mean? What you mean, officer?
I just
I
want.
can cross the street anywhere I want to.
I just need the why.
It's
for
America,
things.
Jack.
That's
That's all.
all.
Just need a little explanation why you can't do that.
I mean, what's wrong? I was taught to question things growing up to expand my knowledge.
Yes,
Nothing wrong with asking why.
I like it a lot.
By the way, just for the record, too, the police call or whatever was not on Friday night. That was a different
Yeah,
night.
that's right.
I told you it was a hell of a run for Babs.
I'm gonna blame one of my friends that was with me for that one, or a couple of them maybe. I don't know.
DHB on YouTube, definitely Mayor.
Oh,
James,
Mayor.
I've never even been in a cop car. I'm so far away from that stuff. So James says Mayor found his voice. If you came to Party Foul on Thursday,
Man.
Friday, I had no voice.
It was
at all.
Oh,
gone,
no.
completely gone. He was writing things down on a napkin.
Yeah,
to
so
It was
Marlon
gone,
Sims
gone?
came by and sat at the bar with us, and I was so glad to meet him because I saw him play high school basketball
Yeah.
on that number 1 ranked Whites Creek team
Yep.
that had all 5 starters go Division I, and
that's
including
crazy,
David
isn't it?
Vaughn, who went to Memphis. But he was such a great dude. But I was having to write him notes to talk, so I just kept having to get new
Spitting game,
napkins.
yeah.
That's it. That's because you yell too much cheering for Tennessee basketball.
No, we'll get to that. I just I get allergies, so I lose my voice.
It happens.
And-
It's usually once a year.
People that listen to the show understand. I just have to shut it down. But
Yep.
luckily, I told y'all on
I can't
Wednesday.
believe that
Said
it
it was
happened
leaving.
when we didn't have shows
That was
this
a
year.
perfect timing.
It kind of came back yesterday, and it's still. I don't
You
know.
sound
I've got
good
to
today.
I got to stretch it for 3 hours. We'll see. Will says Babs let the inner thug out this weekend.
And Babs was just out here having a good time.
Let's see. Mayor gets arrested. Babs is the accomplice, and Slay has the bail.
Ah, that sounds like a
Dang.
good plan.
Candy B says Whites Creek. I told Marlon.
Duck
Well, I
Creek.
wrote to Marlon. Whites Creek guy sitting next to Pearl Cone guy. This is pretty special.
Yeah.
And he just kind of laughed about it.
That's right. That was rivalry.
Oh,
and-
still is.
But then we got
I
to
don't know
talk about
Boston
like
Creek.
old school Metro Nashville basketball.
Different.
And just Metro sports in general. Man, there's so many good memories. But I just thought my friend Ken was sitting next to me, and he played at Hillsboro. And they were playing Overton one time, and this guy named Mingo, who went to Memphis, and one day, like
Yo,
Dick
Mingo
Vitale-
Johnson.
Mingo
Legend.
Johnson, and man, he could pitch too. People don't know that. But one day, Dick Vitale was doing a Memphis game, and he went for 38 or something. And I mean, just unstoppable. Anyway, Ken was going in for a layup, and Mingo put him into the wall. I
Cut
tell
his
you.
head.
I mean, put him in the wall. And poor Ken's mom went running on the court. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine that? And so Marlon was just laughing about that. He goes, I'll tell you this about Mingo. We could not defend him.
No,
We could
Mingo's
not
serious.
defend. Like people that talk about the greats in Metro Nashville
Yep.
sports, he's one of them.
Without question. Point guard without question. Legend here. Mingo Johnson.
Year?
Early 90s.
It was my year.
Yeah,
So
early
like 90,
90s.
91.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Maybe
early
92.
90s, yep.
That was before my time.
So I was playing Little League Baseball in like the Warner like rec league or whatever, and so Mingo was playing there too. And at 12 years old, he could throw it like 85 miles an hour.
Jeez.
Like literally, you stood. I was like, you know me. I'm like, I want to see what this looks like. And all my teammates were like, "Good, you can bat first." And so I went up there, like you didn't even see it go by, basically.
See, that's the thing, man. Everybody in South Nashville played baseball, too.
Yeah.
Everybody else, we basketball,
See,
football.
But I miss the days where the kids played
Mm-hmm.
multiple sports. It's hard
gone.
now,
It's
though.
gone
It
back to
is.
that though. It's
Is
gone
it-
back.
is
Trying
getting
to,
back
trying
to
to
it?
creep.
It's going back to that because I'll tell you this, like any coach that I've ever talked to, like Tim Corbin or anybody, they're like, as many sports you can play. Like, he went and offered Sonny Gray while watching him play football.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He went and watched him play football after the game he offered him. And so, like, these guys want them to diversify. Now, I think basketball is one of those
Sonny
worlds
Gray.
where it's tough to do that because you get caught up in that AAU circuit.
Yeah.
And that's different from the high school basketball season.
Right.
Right.
So that limits what you can do.
But like the travel baseball circuit is huge
Yeah,
now
it's
too.
cranked
So
up, too.
that kind of
Gotta
can kind of
choose
limit
almost.
some too.
So the travel baseball, though, that'll run, like, I mean, you can do it.
It'll
all
run
year.
simultaneous,
You can do
right?
it all year long. But like the spring thing is the thing. So it's like March to the end of June. You know, so it's really not that long.
Right.
You just
Unless
get a
you
ton
have
of
the
games.
teams that
If you're good, you'll
push
play more
you
games.
to
Yeah.
play more. Yeah.
Right, that's true. All right, Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. Rocket Top. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Is somebody sabotaging
Was
you?
that trying to
Ron?
talk? Hey, mister.
Hand selected.
That's not your intro, guy. Whoever that was talking.
Yeah, I was having to multitask. I was on another task.
It's my intro. That's right.
Who was talking?
Somebody.
That was an ad.
That probably was a Duke Blue Devil.
Oh,
Did you enjoy that, Slay?
What?
Now, we have to go back to the text strand.
have you
where-
been waiting for 10 minutes to be a smart aleck?
No, I haven't, Babs. I actually just been having a good time.
Real
today.
quick, Azeez Al-Shaair, Titans linebacker, will join us in the next segment, but I do need
Yes.
to get this out. So Babsy, while the Duke-Tennessee game's going on, chooses to send a text,
I hate y'all.
Duke,
Yeah.
and whatever she
Yeah.
like, go Duke, or whatever she
If I
said.
can find it.
Right after she texted that, Tennessee took the lead, and then Duke never led again.
Never.
Ever.
I hate myself.
Dawn sent
That's okay,
her team
Babsy.
down in flames with that text message.
I've learned my lesson. Football and basketball, when my team is playing, do not text.
Shut your mouth.
Yep, you got to be cool because
Shut your mouth, Davenport.
Always comes back around. I'm so happy it wasn't me this time. No, I love it. I love it. Ooh.
And then, just so everybody knows, these clowns make sure to point out numerous times how Duke never led again after my text
Well, I
message.
didn't say anything until halftime, and then I'm like, Tennessee's 7-0 since you hit that text.
It's pretty
It's
cool.
now a 7-0 run, then it was like a 9-0 run, and then, yeah.
I mean, Tennessee just
I love
physically beat them down, man. And, yeah, we'll talk about that. Tennessee in the Sweet 16 for the 8th time. They've
Yeah,
only won this
because they're
round
so
once.
physical. They're like bullies. I mean,
I mean, hey,
I'm
if you
being
want-
sarcastic,
Listen,
by
if
the
you
way.
want to back down, go home, which is what Duke did.
Yep.
oh.
7-8. I found it. Let's go, Duke. Is what Babsy put.
Then what?
And then 7 minutes later, 7-0 Vols sends your text, Babsy.
That was for me.
Babsy's response, F me.
You're not supposed to read every text, Slay.
Oh, no, but you were saying, oh, yeah, you're right. EFF, sorry.
Yeah, she didn't really write the word.
I really did.
Which
right.
actually
No, it was
surprised
EFF.
me. That led me to believe that she was hungover. That she wasn't imbibing at the time. Hey, we got a lot to get to. We'll talk about Titans football. As I mentioned, Azeez Al-Shaair, Titans linebacker, will join us when we come back. Also, Jeremy Fowler went on SportsCenter Sunday morning, shared an interesting nugget about Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. He said the Vikings and the Titans could emerge as suitors. Dan Graziano said the same thing today, that he could see the Titans going after Lamar with there goes the voice
There
crack.
it goes.
I heard it.
And we'll see.
Come on, Euro.
But he said it makes sense because of the cap moves, because of Rand Carthon, and because they're going into a new building in a few years. And so we'll talk about all that. Also, get into, obviously, the NCAA tournament, which was phenomenal. Those might have been the best first 2 rounds I've seen.
That was nice. Real nice.
So much drama, so much great play, too. Titans linebacker, Azeez Al-Shaair. Next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
We will definitely talk about that a little bit too, coming up today. For right now, though, I want to go back to the 80s, 1983 to be exact. You remember when Michael Jackson was topping the charts and Hammer Pants were in style. People listened to cassettes. You guys like that, right?
Hammer Pants.
Yes. Oh, so good. I'm going back to 1983 because that's when Two Rivers Ford started. That is the year that Two Rivers Ford was born right here in Middle Tennessee. It's their 40th anniversary. 40th. God.
40.
That means y'all are old. Two Rivers has always been a big part of this community, big part of the zone, part of local sports, local charities. They always step up. They do whatever this community needs. And if you're from Nashville, you know it. If you're new to town, maybe you don't know it. Here's what Two Rivers Ford is all about. Honesty, integrity for 40 years. What you see is what you get. Non-commissioned salespeople. They won't pressure you, and they have great prices and make car buying easy. Online, you're shopping on the lot, whatever. Doesn't matter. They do business however you want to do business. And they're thankful for you and grateful for their customers for 40 great years and looking forward to another 40. You need a car, truck, SUV, anything, go see my friends at Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet. They're powered by Ford, driven by people.
Dick and Surf and Landscape Supply. Need to get your lawn set for the spring and summer, and my guys at Dick and Surf and Landscape Supply can help you out. Trey Hartsook here with more. Trey, what's up?
Hey, bro, what's going on, man? A little cold out here, right? I know we're all ready for that to get out of here and it can get warm so we can get out in that lawn. It really make a difference. This time of year is a great time to take that lawn from looking like it's full of weeds and some you don't want to a lawn you really do want, lush, green, fescue, and it's not hard to get, right? A lot of people think, well, to have a yard that looks that good, we must have to put in a lot of work, and that's not necessarily the case. At Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, we make it easy for you. Whether you have 0.3 of an acre or 33 acres, we have a turf plan that can fit your needs. Stop in and see us. Let's talk grass. We can help you. If you got a weed you can't identify, any and all issues in that lawn, stop in and see us at any location around Middle Tennessee. We have an expert in the area, and we can get you taken care of. It's also time, Brent. You know when it warms up. You know what time that is. It is going to be time to cut the grass, trim the bushes, and we can help you with all those things as well. Maybe you have an old lawnmower that you don't love as much as you used to. We can hook you up with that. A lot of great brands as well, not just stuck to one. So maybe you like one, don't like one. We have a ton of options for every consumer. Stop in to see us. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Cool Springs, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Longmore, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can get a hold of us, check us out online, dickenssupply.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Water.
2 times.
Hydrate.
Finesse. Gotta hydrate. I got 3 of them over y'all.
Yeah,
Babs,
do.
where's your water? Everybody got water.
Farm Bureau.
I don't know what's in that cup.
I love my
Based
Orca.
Based on what happened this weekend.
On Bureau.
Just out here rolling around town.
Trust
with all
me, it needs to be water for about a month.
rolling around with all these tourists.
Did she slam the water now?
Did
you get on like a pedal tavern?
No, I did not do that. We did talk about the fact
Were you
we've
a woo
never
girl?
done that.
You weren't a woo girl?
No.
At no point did you go, woo!
I mean, I could not tell you about 3 a.m. in the morning on
If I wooed or not.
Nashville. Yeah, I couldn't.
All right, Matchbox 20. Yeah. All right, Bray Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Let's talk to one of the new Titans linebacker. Azeez Al-Shaair joins us. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, that's probably the best somebody done did it since I've been in
Hey, there we go.
Hey, man,
See, we can do something right around here.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, man. We've been working on it, bro.
We have.
Hey, but every time I'm about to talk to anybody, do any interview, they're literally like, "Hey, how do you pronounce your last name again?"
Yeah.
And so I'm used to it.
So
It's
did
all
Hunk,
good.
our producer, ask you that, or was he good?
Nah, he was good,
Yeah.
man. He
So-
clearly did his research.
This is what we did. Like when the news came down, he went on the 49ers website, and they have all the players pronounce their names on the website. Do you have that, Hunk? Here it is.
Azeez Al-Shaair, number 51.
There we
Azeez
go.
Al-Shaair, number 51.
See,
We played that last week.
listen, man. Here's a key. Like when you meet new people and you want to remember their name, you got to say it to yourself 7 times. So I think literally he did that on the show.
That's hilarious.
Might sound a little weird, but
Hey,
you know.
what do you think about the opportunity with the Titans, man?
Man, it's amazing, man. Nashville, I've only been here to play against the Titans. That was in 2021. And it was just crazy. Like, I mean, we played on a Thursday night, and I'm just like, golly, like, the atmosphere was insane. And just, like, hearing about the city, a couple of my former teammates, George Kittle, Oren Burks.
Yeah.
A lot of Vandy guys, Trent Sherfield. There's a lot of guys who played at Vanderbilt that, are from and live around this area now. They rave about it all the time. So the city, I think, is booming. It's like, it's ready to explode, and then the team is the same, man. I think there's so many good pieces around the team. Just got to put it all together, and I'm excited to be a part of that group of guys that can help put it together.
Yeah, food, man. Listen, there's great food here, so listen to your boys about that. Take their advice.
For sure. I got like 50 recommendations. So I got wrong.
I was going to say you dropped. Yeah, you dropped some good Vandy guys' names there.
Yes,
Those
I
are
did.
good dudes that did some big things for them.
My dog Jordan Matthews either, man.
Oh, yes. He's the best.
He is. So have you been able to get out and see the town at all?
So Oren Burks, he actually picked me up yesterday, probably at like 5 o'clock. He's like my mini realtor right now. He just literally took me around the entire
That's important.
area, all surrounding areas, showed me everything. Took me to a couple spots like, hey, this is this area. This is what this area looks like. They got these food places. They got this things to do. So, I mean, it was pretty cool, man. That's my guy. We played together in San Francisco last year. So, it was pretty dope, man. He gave me a little tour. I got to take a visit over to George Kittle's little compound that he got. But I know it's a little bit out the way. But, yeah, I mean, I've been around a little bit.
Wait, so are you like a downtown condo type guy, or do you want land?
I mean, I'm from Florida, man. So like, I would like the land and stuff like that, but I feel like Tampa, that's where I'm from originally, and it's like more of a city. So I need a little bit of mixture of both. I need some land with some city in it. I feel like I can't get land with just like no street lights and nothing like that.
Yeah, that's called country.
Yeah, you can be in the country, you don't want to feel the country,
Right.
though.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I want that sweet spot where you right on the outskirts of the city. You can hear all the noise, but you're not a part of it. So.
Azeez Al-Shaair, Titans linebacker, at @A_train2_.
So, coming in, what were your thoughts about this Titans franchise, and what did you know about this defense?
Man, I mean, my thoughts about it, I think that it's just been, that's a lot of history, obviously, especially like being in the South. People don't really call Florida the South, but we just our own little state. But being in that region,
No question.
you understand the history that it has all the way from the Oilers. And my little brother, was a Titans fan, so I used to have to hear all the Derrick Henry this, Derrick Henry that when I was a kid, when we were younger. So honestly, like it was a lot, even with Eddie George, there's a lot of history that they had, and being able to be a part of that now for me is really exciting. I'm just excited for the opportunity.
Azeez Al-Shaair, you want to go ahead and jump this?
We ain't got no time to play around with him. He in the town, so I mean, we might as well go and get to him. Azeez,
we'll talk more ball after this.
Let's get to know him
fun.
a little bit. Yeah, hold on now. Check this out, Azeez. Now, I don't know if you've been, you said you got a personal realtor, driving you around, but I don't know if he showed you where the Boom Boom Room is. I ain't sure about that. So,
have you heard about this?
I've definitely heard about it, and they've been like, yeah, they're going to probably take you to the Boom Boom. I'm like, look, I don't know what y'all got going on.
Yeah. We're going to have a guy pick you up in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. You just be ready to go.
I'm like, we're not going to the radio station to do this, right? Because I ain't got no time for that.
No, you're good.
Well, check this out. Zeez, this is what we're doing straight up. Can I call you Zeez first if I throw that out there?
No, that's all good.
All right, check this out, Zeez. Now, listen, we're going into the Boom Boom Room. When you go in the Boom Boom Room, keep all your arms and feet to yourself when you walk in. And the only way that you're going to get out, because the door is locked behind you, is if you tell the whole truth. Now, if you agree to these terms, enter the Boom Boom Room at your own discretion.
I plead the fifth. I agree. I agree to the terms, man. Let's go.
Hunk, lock the door, Hunk!
Yeah.
He's already on your slate.
On his way here to the Boom Boom Room.
This sounds serious, doesn't it?
Oh, it is serious. This ain't no fun and games. You know what I mean? It's just two guys in here just having a rap. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really listening but me and him. So this is what I'm telling you. Rand Carthon came into the Boom Boom Room. He held it down. A Floridian, and so we got another one in with you being from Tampa. You got your Tampa roots. Now, the Boom Boom Room is brought to you by, Low T Center. Now we got that out the way. Let me tell you this. Straight up, this is just, we want to know a little bit more about you, the human.
Okay.
So Tampa, give me something that you were younger moving between Tampa and Saudi Arabia. Is that cool? Is that true?
Yeah, I actually spent 2 years in Saudi Arabia. Before I started grade school.
Oh.
So before I started kindergarten.
How hot was it, man?
In Saudi Arabia, honestly, man, I really do not remember the weather. I only have probably 5 memories total. From being out there, because I was about from 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So from the time I was 6 on, I was in Tampa.
I dig that. So this right here in the Boom Boom Room, man, this really just get to know you away from the field, man. You know what I'm saying? A little just convo between me and my guy. The significance of wearing the jersey number 2 when you were at FAU, you switched back to it. What was that about?
Well, first it was like I said at FAU. I had that number, and that's why I really felt like I wore 28 my freshman year, and then I switched to number 2, and it just made me turn into a different player. I feel like, it was just kind of going back to my roots, and that's kind of how I feel right now. Developing in San Francisco for those years, becoming the player that I want to be, but now coming into my own, not having San Francisco's name attached to me, not having, D'Amico Ryan's tree, the Johnny Holland, kind of just bringing my own brand of football and who I am into a team. And, that's kind of what that came from. And then also Jason Verrett, who I played with in San Francisco, he had number 2. And, he was a guy who I was real close with. And he just was always a mentor to me and helped me out a lot. We would chop it up a lot, man. I kept him feeling young, man, because, he was one of the old guys in the room, on the team. But he struggled a lot with a lot of injuries, and to see him fight back and keep trying to pursue the dream and the vision that he had, the last year that we just played together, he was fighting back from another injury, and he ended up tearing his Achilles. So it's just, a little respect to him as well.
Now, let me ask you this. Florida boy, but you've been out there in the Bay. If you got to pick, you got to pick 2 months you got to live. Would you rather do it in Florida or you rather be in the Bay, and why?
Well, that's not even a question. I'm a Florida boy through and through, so I'm gonna pick Florida 9 times out of 9. I love the Bay. When I was there, man, it was awesome. But Florida, man, just that's home. So for me, like I just love Florida. Like I don't know. That's probably why I end up just setting off into the sunset. I feel like everybody want to retire in Florida. So
I like it. Hot Cheetos or Doritos?
hot Cheetos, man. I eat those all the time.
Okay.
Still juice.
Okay. Fruit punch or Kool-Aid?
I'm gonna say.
I'm talking about the fruit punch from the corner store too, not just the little, not the little, Welch's and all that. We talking about the real fruit.
Yeah, the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
You had me hesitate for a second, so I'll go ahead and say fruit punch.
Okay, I like that. All right, tell me this, and I'm gonna let you out of the boom boom room here shortly, man. You doing a great job. You know, it's a little couple of people walking through. Don't mind them. They just having a good time in the boom boom room, going to the kitchen to get some hot Cheetos and stuff for you. But this just me and you rapping. This is what I want to know, man.
Sure.
I read a little bit on you, man, and I had some times in my life growing up, especially in high school. Our house caught fire. We had to get back in there and live in that same house. Seemed like you went through a similar situation in high school. Tell me what that did to you, to your mental, and then having to go through that as a youngin', man, and still trying to pursue your dream to play high school football at that time.
Yeah, man. So it was tough. Like it was during the summertime going into my freshman year of high school, and I was trying to play ball and everything, but I remember like waking up and just seeing the fire. It was during Ramadan, I'm Muslim, so I have to fast from sun up to sundown. So I remember, I got 3 older sisters and a younger sister. It's 8 of us. And, they used to cook all the time, and, you smelling a lot of burning. They can't cook too well at that time. So I'm used to hearing the fire alarm and the smoke alarm go off. So, early in the morning, I'm just thinking they cooking something and they burning something again. And obviously the fire, the alarm wouldn't go off. So when I went out there and I saw the whole kitchen on fire, it just was like, I had like this moment of panic. I was probably 12 or 13 at the time, and literally just like had to make the split decision to go get my little brothers. There was nobody else in the house but me, my 2 little brothers, and my little niece, and just run them out the house and watch the house burn down. But it was tough, man. Like bouncing around, dealing with like homelessness throughout those years and trying to still pursue my dream. And at this point, I never even played, football with pads on. Because I had played a year prior, but I had quit because I had signed up, and the coach my grandpa lied to the coach, told him I was super fast, all this crap. I went out there the first day of practice and got ran over. So I literally went home crying to my mom. So, at this point, this is me trying to do all these things, without no guidance as far as from a football perspective. And it was tough, man. I just really had to lean on my faith, and I would watch a lot of YouTube videos of players and, just making up my own little drills. I remember having all my books from my book bag from school and putting them in my book bag and running around the block with it. So, I came a long way from doing all those things, but, I'm grateful for, the journey and where it brought me.
When
hold on, Azeez.
Can
you
I
got to knock on the door or
room?
something. You just she just walk in the boom boom room. Me and my dog in here talking.
You know how she does.
Come on in, Babs.
Right.
Man, me and my partner Azeez in here chilling. Go on and holler at him real quick.
I was just curious when it all clicked for you in football, in the game. When did you know that you were something special?
Honestly, I think the problem with me was I always thought I was, even though I wasn't at one point. My grandfather, he always gave me so much confidence, and this is the same guy I told you called the coach and lied and told him all his BS. But, he always did that for me because, it's 2 people that really impacted me, and it's my grandfather and my mother. My grandfather, he always told me to believe in myself. It was a poem that he always would tell me. It's Invictus. And I told the last 2 lines of the poem. I can't remember none of the poem. I got it on the chain and everything, but the 2 lines I remember was the last 2. And I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. And, it's really just telling you that you can do whatever and be whoever you want to be. Don't let nobody else set limits on your life or on your journey, because at the end of the day, we've all only lived one time. And we're all experiencing life in our own light, so you can tell me life from your perspective. So he kind of just always made me believe in myself, even when I wasn't who I might have thought I was. So I don't know. It just it took time for sure, but I'd probably say I truly believed and knew I was gonna be something special it really took a while, but I would probably say like my sophomore year of college, honestly, because before that, like people always told me, but I didn't. You don't know. You don't truly know. And I would say it to myself, but it got to a point where I'm not saying it to myself. People are saying it to me. And then that's when you start to really see like, oh, wow, like people view me the same way I view myself. And that's when, I saw it to become something special for me.
That's real.
Love it.
Azeez, I'm going to get ready to let you up out of here, man. You got to give me 4 people that you would have dinner with, past, present, or future. Does not matter, that you can sit down and have dinner with them. 2-3 hour dinner. Good dinner. I'm talking about you coming fresh up out of Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? You like, hey, let's get it on. Ramadan start this week. Shot. Much love to that.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, so you got 4 people Wednesday. Yep. Okay. 4 people. Who you got?
I would probably say Muhammad Ali. He's somebody I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? He's also Muslim as well. So it's only right, you know what I'm saying, for Ramadan. I would say Muhammad Ali. I would say my grandfather. My grandfather actually has dementia now. But I would probably say my grandfather back when I was younger and I was a little kid, but I wish I could but have him from back then and sit down with him so he could really, really understand and see who I am now. Because, he's also going blind as well. So it's just harder for him to truly comprehend, like, what I've been able to accomplish.
Right.
Dang, that's tough.
That's 2, yeah.
2 other people. I would probably say, dang, hey, that's a good question.
I appreciate it. This is what the Boom Boom Room is about. You come in and the door is locked. You can't get out. Now, if you can't answer these next 2, though, it's all good. We can put you in the basement with the lost souls, or, you know what I mean, we can let you out the door. I mean, it's either one. It's up to you, though.
Nah, man, I'm trying to get up out of here, man.
Okay, give me 2 more.
2 more names.
Can be anybody. Like, it could be a future son or the future you.
I wish it would be the young me. I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember I used to ride the city bus. When the house had burnt down, we were staying in this motel, like, that was right under this bridge. That was probably like, probably about an hour drive, 45-minute drive. It wasn't too far, but when you're taking the city bus to get to the school that's not in your school zone, it's like 2 hours almost.
All them stops.
So literally, yeah, exactly. So I remember I used to be on the city bus, and I used to be so, like, depressed at times because in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing all this stuff, but I have no clue if it's really going to pay off. So I wish I could talk to that kid, that 15-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid, just to let him know, like, you good, man. Everything's going to work out. Because I feel like I put a lot of burden on my shoulders at such a young age that, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old should never have to even think the way I had to think, at that point in my life. So that would probably be the 3rd person, and the 4th person.
That was dope.
I don't know. I would probably want to talk. I would probably want to talk to my older self just to see, like, maybe when I'm like 65 or something. Just so you can tell me how it's about to turn out. So
love that, man. That's what's up right there. Hey, before I let you out of the Boom Boom Room, and I gotta let you out right here on this one. You FAU, you know what I mean? You holding it down.
Yeah,
Tennessee Vols, you know what I mean? We holding it down. I'm just saying, like, you got. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm rubbing my hands together like Birdman right now. I'm trying to figure out before I let you out this room who you riding with. Who you riding with in New York City, boss?
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man.
You can't do nothing but keep it real with your boy.
One thing about it, that ain't the Tennessee Titans, man. That's all. So my loyalty right there, man. My loyalty defaults to Florida Atlantic.
I can respect it.
Gotta support those boys, man. They pulled off some big wins the last 2 games, man, and they had a great season. I mean, I think they only lost 3 games the entire season.
Yeah.
So man, like, those dudes are doing their thing, man. And if they doing well and they winning, it's only gonna bring more attention to my school, to my alma mater. So, man, I don't know, man.
I'm just letting them know, though.
Played basketball at Tennessee. That's where this is coming from.
I like to put a nice steak dinner on it, just between me and you.
They told me you would probably say something about that. I honestly thought that you was gonna let me get away. I thought you forgot.
Come on now, you wouldn't let me get away.
I was hoping you'd talk some smack to him.
Azeez, man, great job, man. We letting you out of the Boom Boom Room. Let him out, Honk.
Well. Looks like you did good in the Boom Boom Room. Hoo-wah.
Azeez Al-Shaair. Hey, man, thanks for the visit. Can't wait to get to know you better. Appreciate you opening up for us.
Man, no problem, man. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all in
Good
trouble
luck.
Thursday, though. I'm just going to be real,
Man,
Azeez.
I was about to say something, but I tried to hold my tongue.
No, Azeez! Don't
We're
you
not
do
in the boom
it,
room.
Azeez!
We're not in the boom boom room anymore. So I tried to hold my mouth for you, but you know what? I feel you. We'll see what's up on Thursday.
That's my dog, my man. Appreciate you,
go.
man.
Thank you,
That's
Zane.
better. See ya.
Again, at @A_train2_ man. The message is coming in very, very positive for Azeez Al-Shaair. Boy, he opened up.
He's really interesting.
Really interesting.
Like his background, and he'll
That's
talk about
what's
it.
up.
He did a bunch of community service too in San Francisco.
Yeah, we had a lot to get to with him. But.
I know, especially
Yeah.
during COVID, and
My
obviously.
bad, y'all. I ran a little late. Boom.
No,
Oh,
no.
It was
That was
rocking.
great.
The most
Yeah.
informative
Yeah.
room ever.
But
That
I'm
was-
just trying to let everybody know, like
it's
he's
a lot.
he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Barbara
Yeah.
Walters has slid into your body. It's kind of a weird image.
I know.
All right, you want something else that's weird? Us
So
trying to run a
Sounds like my
marathon. Erica Larson, the race director, Big Machine, Music City Grand Prix, joins
Let's
us
go,
next for a
boys.
few minutes to tell us what we got ahead of us. That's next on the radio. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, that's where you need to get loaded up, so to speak. Get your bar loaded up. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, MarylandFarmsWS.com in the Public Shopping Center in Maryland Farms, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood. They're open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., closed on Sundays. Delivery through the Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits app. Curbside pickup available as well. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, locally owned and has served Middle Tennessee for 17 years. Jason and his crew are there ready to help you peruse through the bourbon section. They've got an incredible wine selection, craft beer, cigars, whatever you need. These guys are going to be able to help you. If you know what you want, you can pop in, pop out. That's good. But if you want to do some investigating, maybe find something new in the bourbon world, they will be able to help you out, point you in the right direction based on what you like. If you're looking for the perfect gift, housewarming gift, birthday, just a thank you, Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits has customized baskets for you to grab and go with wine, spirits, local olives, and chocolates. Perfect gift for that cocktail lover. Every Wednesday is Senior Day, so check that out. Come in for special discounts. Every day they honor the military discount. Case discounts every day, too. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. Go in and see my guys, Jason and his crew, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. MarylandFarmsWS.com.
Babsy, I am so happy that Kevin and his fam came out. Well, not all of them came out and checked my HVAC unit, but
But Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, the whole family came out to make sure everything was good.
I'm just saying it's a family style.
It's a buffet.
Yeah, listen. Hey man, Spring Hill Heating and Cooling came out and checked mine. So the weather in our home is phenomenal.
Well,
the climate, if you want to say that. Yeah,
Yes.
the weather. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. How
The
about
family approves.
What's up, Kevin?
Yes. What's up, Kevin and fam?
that? And the fam. Appreciate y'all.
We're joking, but Spring Hill Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated company, over 20 years of experience, and Kevin opened the doors back in 2011 while raising his family, and now his daughters run the office. His son-in-law are running around as technicians. So yes, there always is a family member one phone call away. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yep.
This is why it's important. Because they treat you like family.
That's right.
Because they care about customer service, and they're great like some of those big old companies, but customer service is really important to them.
And a proud Rude Pro partner and Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. And right now, through the month of March, get your AC tuned up for $79, and here's the bonus for it. Get a fall tune up for free, Babsy.
Boom. SpringHillAC.com. That's where you need to go. What you got to do?
Call them and all of them will come.
The family.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. So Babs signed me and Slay and her up to run a half marathon, right, Babs?
And Hunk. I added Hunk.
Oh. Hunk, did you know that?
Did you know that, Hunk?
I might have a get out of jail free card I'll tell you about later.
Oh, yeah, you might have a baby.
The dingo ate your baby.
Yeah, the race is April, 20th through the 23rd?
Yeah.
Yep.
My wife's surgery is April 21st.
Surgery.
Surgery? You mean birth?
I've never
You mean
heard
your
that.
daughter's birth?
Okay, let
Come
me
on,
put it to you this
Hunk.
way. Better way of saying it, if everything goes according to plan, the C-section is scheduled for April 21st.
Never heard
Okay.
anybody call it that.
All right.
surgery.
Surgery.
What about the 5K? Can we do the 5K, Babs, instead?
No.
I think
No. Hey, listen. Let's
What?
talk to the professional here.
me.
No,
Oh.
none of y'all.
Okay, my bad.
This is Erica.
Erica Larson,
Hello,
race
Yes.
director. We've got the Rock and Roll Running Series Nashville event coming up April 20 through the 23rd, and evidently we're running. Erica, what kind of advice do you have for me and Slay, who have literally not run a mile in years?
Speak for yourself.
That's actually thanks for having me. Very happy to have you all running with us. I actually ran my first half marathon a few months ago in Nashville, and it actually wasn't as bad as I ever thought it would be. So I fully believe in all of your capabilities. It's going to be great.
And here's the deal. Okay, for anybody out there, I know I'm like selling everybody on this.
Hey, I'm great for the entire city to run this thing if they want to.
Yes,
Me and Slay-
including y'all.
Me and Slay might, I don't know. Like, do they have beer on the course?
But Erica, we're going to
We do
ignore
not, but
that
we have a
question.
treat at the end.
There you go. There's a party. They have concerts the week of. I'm telling you, like there's lots of fun stuff going on. You know what? First, let's talk about the actual course because I heard, Erica, that it is different this year. I don't know if it's different for the half and the full, but what are kind of the differences this year?
Yeah, it's a great question. The half is 99% the same, and I say that only because we changed just a couple of turns that we take within Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Outside of that, the half marathon is the same. But the marathon is what changed. It's a pretty big deal for people who run marathons. It's 30% less elevation, which is a huge win when you're doing 26.2 miles. So what we changed is we've done a few different variations in the past 3 years, but ultimately we're returning to Metro Center, which you guys may be familiar with from years past. But the difference is we're not coming back down Rosa Parks. We are using the Cumberland River Greenway to come back into town towards the Sound Stadium. So that's where we see a little bit of the hills go away. It's pretty flat over there, obviously being along the river. And then we've kind of minimized our footprint within Shelby Bottoms Park, and it's a flatter area that we're using over there. So overall, a pretty big improvement for those marathon runners for sure.
Which, I mean, the Nashville Marathon is considered one of the more difficult courses, too. So that's
what I've heard.
Yeah. Not that we would know.
No,
We're not running
runners
fulls,
love
but
it. I mean, love this
it.
course.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, it's a great course. You get all of the neighborhoods, as I know you all know. It's a perfect running tour of Music City. The one thing I do want to call out, though, since you guys are talking about your training, we are partnering with the Capitol Steps workout, which you guys may be familiar with being in Nashville. James Crumlin has put that on for over 10 years. It's every Monday and Thursday. And on March 30th, we're doing a collaborative kind of workout, which is perfect because you get hills and stairs to prepare yourself for the hills on the course. Like it's not flat. It's not easy. So I expect to see you all out there if you're training for the half.
There you go, boys. What time
would
is
that
this?
be? Yeah.
It's at 6:00 p.m. on March 30th.
That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, I'm getting them on it.
I thought for sure you were going to say 6 a.m. Like, because I just.
No, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. I'm loving all of these events that you got. 10K foot race, 5K foot race. I'm looking more at I'm most definitely loving the doggy dash. I think that's something that I should participate in if I was to cancel out of the other. And then in the full, it says and wheelchair race, meaning is that an option for me? Like if I wanted to get in the wheelchair and go?
That might be a little bit harder with the hills. We do have a wheelchair division. We work with, Achilles and several other groups when they have, just more inclusion to allow people to race that may be in a wheelchair.
That is very cool.
Well, y'all can push me up the hill.
the kids race, obviously, like, there's an option for everybody. But you guys also have the kids rock and race at Nissan Stadium, and that is Sunday. Just kind of explain how that all goes along.
Yeah.
For the kids to be involved.
Absolutely. We work with a lot of schools in the greater Nashville area, both metro schools as well as the greater Nashville area. And we're looking at about 1,000 kids to come out. You see a lot of teachers that kind of spearhead this, and they create teams and get kids at their schools to come over on Sunday. It's really, really fun. We offer, a fun training board, and we work with places like Fleet Feet and other local places to give prizes when you complete your 26.2 miles. It's like a fun training board to get kids amped up for the race. And we have everything from a little, what we call a diaper dash, a 26.2 foot diaper dash, to a half mile and a 1 mile. So ages 0 to 17 race. It's really fun. We bring out fun things like face painters and DJ music and all the things to get kids really involved with health and fitness and running.
See, I can start baby Babs early.
Yeah.
She's 2.5.
Yeah.
6.2 feet.
There you go. We'll see if she can focus that long.
How many S-bombs will she drop during that 26.2 feet?
That's a start right there.
All right, Erica. So people want to get involved and join us, 3HL, as we go and run the half. We can't make the full. But if people want to get involved this weekend, what's the best way to go about it?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have a big need for volunteers, all the way from, our Health and Fitness Expo. That's on Thursday and Friday, helping runners get their bibs and their T-shirts and all those fun things, to water stations on Saturday. So the best way to get involved is to go to our website, runrockandroll.com/Nashville. And there's a volunteer tab. You can see all of the opportunities available. We welcome anyone and everyone to get involved. It's a really fun way to see 25,000 plus people come from all over to visit our city. So it's very rewarding for sure.
Hey, thanks, Erica. Cool. We appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you out there.
Yeah, see you on March 30th at the Capitol Steps workout.
Yes,
we
will be there, Erica. I will drag the boys.
Right.
We'll see you.
All right, thanks,
Thanks
Erica.
for having me.
Yep, absolutely. Again, April 20th through the 23rd. More information, runrockroll.com/Nashville. Time for your phone calls when we come back. Jeremy Fowler on ESPN talking about Lamar Jackson. They fit for the Titans. 615-737-1045. Plus, we'll get into the tourney. Great first and second round action over the weekend. That's next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, and as an athlete, man, former athlete, but you always remain an athlete, you always need a coach, and you take that coaching and you run with it. Now, that's what I needed. When I got on the scale and I was 300, I said, no, that's not what you're going to do. So I just wanted someone to tell me what to do to get results. That's why I chose Awaken 180 Weight Loss, because all I have to do is follow my plan. It's laid out for me. The results, well, they speak for themselves. The results are noticeable. And I mean, whether it's seeing myself in the mirror, which I like to do a lot, tightening another notch on my belt, which I've also done, and even on my watch, or when I wake up feeling refreshed each morning. If you want the same results I'm having, I suggest giving Awaken 180 Weight Loss a call. Talk to them. Ask questions. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. Schedule your Awaken 180 at-home consultation by calling 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or online at awaken180weightloss.com. You know what it is, man. Let's go get fit.
Let's go get out of credit card debt, and you can do it with my friends at Loan Pronto. You can do it in 10 days and save as much as $1,000 a month. How about that? Loan Pronto has an all-new Express Equity line of credit program, and you don't have to do a full home refinance to get into this and to get into a portion of the equity that you have in your home, because we all have it in this area, Middle Tennessee right now. You can enjoy a super low monthly payment. Loan Pronto will help you close in 7 to 10 days with this Express Equity credit line. And a $50,000 loan will only cost you around $400 a month. So you can use the money to pay off high interest credit cards, do a home improvement project, access up to 90% of your home's equity. 9 out of 10 of you homeowners looking to do this won't even need an appraisal to be able to do this. Say no to those 24% interest fees from credit card companies and call Loan Pronto today. They also have some amazing VA loan programs in place. If that will help you, Loan Pronto wants to help you out. Call them now, 615-499-5780. That's 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hawk. A lot of players in town for the Tennessee Titans, all of their brand new free agent signings. But one player that was not, because the deal was just done earlier today, was free agent cornerback Sean Murphy-Bunting. The Titans signed him to a 1-year, $5 million deal. During the last 4 games of the regular season last year, Murphy-Bunting had an interception, a forced fumble, and 6 PBUs. Around the NFL, some other news happening. The Miami Dolphins have officially said that they will be picking up Tua Tagovailoa's fifth-year option, and the Las Vegas Raiders have announced that they are signing O.J. Howard to the tight end position because, Darren Waller is now a New York Jet. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. Just ask Slay. The weather in his house is great.
It is. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
I usually go ladies first. I really wasn't leading into your.
Oh, I'm okay.
I'm just
I don't
went on
care.
with it.
I don't care.
Babs in her first day of sobriety this week.
That's the homie.
In 5 days.
Well, I am.
It's not wrong.
Congratulations.
Actually, yesterday was, and then.
Oh. And
then
what happened?
And then what happened was we had Mexican food.
Oh.
And you can't do yes.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
And for some reason, a frozen margarita was like the most glorious thing ever.
I can't do it.
You've never seen one before.
Yes.
I can't do it because.
And then it was like a Sunday special on pitchers.
Good enough reason.
And then you have to drink it fast because it's frozen.
Which then gives you a headache.
Right.
Brain freeze.
And then more and more cheese and beans.
Yep.
And beef or chicken. I can't do the margarita is like my favorite thing in the world. Like top shelf, like give me the good one. But I found out, like for those that don't know, like a year ago, I found out I had diabetes. I think it was a year ago. Maybe it was longer than that. Anyway, so I have this little sensor on my arm that I can check with my app to check my blood sugar and make sure everything's good. And it this is bad, but it's almost like funny to see what affects it. And so like I did that with a margarita and it went from like in range to like outside of the, like it didn't register.
Oh.
Like this is not on this earth.
Yeah. So I literally.
You had to cut out margaritas.
Can't do it. Can't do it. The skinny margarita, I mean, it'll elevate it, but
tastes
it's
a
not
little
worth
different.
it. Yeah. And so I'm a math guy. I like to have the range, and they're like above 90%.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm a math guy.
I'm a math guy.
I'm a math guy talking about his
I like numbers. I like numbers.
Diabetes numbers.
Yes. Azeez Al-Shaair, if you missed that conversation with him, I'm not going to call it an interview. I'm going to call it a conversation.
Combo.
You need to check out the podcast where you get your podcast, rate, review, subscribe, 3HL, and all the shows on the Zone. But check out that interview if you missed it. Hunk, will that be a part of the after party?
It absolutely will.
Okay, good. I'm looking at Eric Musselman
really
shirtless.
Oh, my
gosh. He can't wait to do it.
He's in baby oil season already.
No, but he's not. That's the problem.
But he's not. He can't wait.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, it's not sexy.
Eric Musselman bringing sexy back all over the NCAA tournament. Number 8 seed Arkansas took out 1 seed Kansas. Great finish. Largest lead by either team in the last 4:47 was 3 points. That thing went back and forth. Back, front. All right. Yeah, Musselman went shirtless. I actually wrote that down as a note.
That was a good note.
That's his thing, though.
Not that you
games.
can. I mean, it is his thing.
Yeah.
Like you just can't get it out of your head because he has done it forever.
How did that become his thing?
I forgot what big game it was.
Does he not have people around him go, hey, man?
No.
He has a wife that used to be a sports reporter or a sports broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she couldn't convince him not to do it either.
He's like, no, babe, it's coming off. I think he was right in front of her when he did it, too.
Probably.
I think she was right there, yeah. She just put her head down and started laughing and still clapped. That was good.
1 seed Purdue lost to 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson.
Right.
That was a fun game, man. 63-58. Here's the thing, and a lot of Purdue fans.
I was mad at Purdue, which, my husband, sorry, I just took over. My husband hates Purdue because he's an IU grad.
He calls them Perdon't.
Perdon't, yep. But, yeah, there are 2 schools that he has told the kids they are not allowed to go to. And Purdue is one of them.
What's the other one?
Well,
Notre Dame?
Nope. It's an SEC school.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Got to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The basketball thing.
Yes, but Kentucky
Cal won't
fans,
play.
that's not me.
Or is it the other way around?
I promise.
Was it Indiana that won't play Kentucky or Coach Cal that won't play Kentucky? Or won't play Indiana? I can't remember.
Ain't no telling.
No, I don't think it's Indiana. I don't know. Anyway,
It'd probably been a
but
venture back
I
to it,
sat
so.
on this show last week because I watched a lot of that conference's
Mm-hmm.
basketball this season and stood up for Purdue. And you were like, no, they're the weakest 1 seed. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
And the only reason
I was wrong.
Yep, we said weakest 1 seed. And then
is
Todd
because they
Furman
got
said that, too.
freshmen. They got 2 freshmen. And then somebody wrote me on social media and was like, no, but they got other seniors in it. Dog, it's not about that. Their 2 main threats outside of Edie are freshmen.
Right.
And those lights are different. And they're playing against, regardless of the size.
They're playing against
older
Farley
guys.
Dickinson.
Yeah, but
I mean,
From
yeah,
New Jersey.
that's scary.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how they looked at
their
it.
history of.
That's how Purdue looked at it, too.
I'm being sarcastic, Slay.
Oh, okay.
So
You're not letting it
I know you are.
happen.
No, I know you
Okay,
are.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Purdue
Yeah.
fans
That's
all
how
over
they
the
look at it
internet
for real.
going after Matt Painter because he continually loses to these high seeds. Did it last year, lost to a 13 last year.
It's funny. It was Rick Barnes last week.
Or lost to a 14
Painter this week.
Lost to a 14 maybe last year and 13 the
You
year
just can't
before.
win.
It's 3 years in a row he's lost to a 13 or worse.
Yeah. Yep.
So here's the coaching malpractice, though. You mentioned Zach Edey. He had 21 points and 13 boards. His last shot attempt at 7'4" against the smallest team in America. Their tallest player is 6'7". He's 7'4". His last shot attempt came with 9:25 left in the game.
That's unacceptable.
They're attacking Matt Painter.
But you know what, though? Like, those passes were hitting him in the post. They just had 4 guys around him, and he was kicking it to wide open shooters, freshmen that were missing the
It was like in Jurassic Park where the little baby velociraptors would engulf somebody, and you think you're okay, you can just fight them off, but in the end, they just kill you. As opposed to one big velociraptor who's going to kill you anyway. Like either way, you're going to die.
You are.
And they did. They died.
Man, I'm telling you, like, it's different.
Purdue died.
Perdone died.
Yeah. Little baby velociraptors got him.
I saw.
You would appreciate my Jurassic Park. Right?
I'm a Jurassic Park guy.
I know.
He
that's why I
does. I'm not. I don't even know what the heck you're talking about.
So there's this movie about dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't.
It's grossed like billions of dollars.
No, I mean I know the movie.
There's like 6 of them, and for some reason we just keep going back to the island. I don't know why.
I love the island.
So I did see something on Twitter that that listed Purdue. Now, obviously, this is before Painter's time too, right? But that listed Purdue as the number 1 team who has won the most games without ever winning a national championship in the tournament. 44.
It's Purdue.
Purdue.
Wow.
It's Purdue.
Purdue.
Yep.
Purdue.
Also, 13th seed Furman, first tourney win in 43 years. They got a steal and a buzzer beater to take out Virginia, 68-67. How about the 15th seed Princeton? They beat 2 seed Arizona. Then they take out 7th seed Missouri and dominated. They dominated Missouri on the boards, out-rebounded Missouri 44-30, and on the offensive side, 16-8. They're in the Sweet 16 for the first time. And Memphis got screwed late, lost to Florida Atlantic 66-65. A lot of people saying, yeah, they got screwed, but there was coaching malpractice also. With Penny, loose ball scramble, no FAU player had a hand on the ball. 2 Memphis players trying to call timeout. They called jump ball.
They did.
FAU gets it. With 5 seconds left, they hit the game winner.
Yep.
And then Penny threw a water bottle across the floor.
I saw that.
Which was not a good look.
That was a very good game, though.
It was a great game. So many great games. Looking forward to the tournament. We'll talk more about the tournament when we come back. Chris Lowe from ESPN.com joins us next. This is 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here, and I got an answer for you. Coach Mack said he got an answer. I got an answer. Superbook Sports. That's the site that you need to go to. How you going to get there? Well, let me make it real simple for you 2 ways. Download the Superbook Sports app on your phone, which is your mobile device. Tap into it. You can just use your thumbprint, pull it right up, get locked in on the games, because you know I'll be giving you a parlay. And parlay didn't do so good on Friday and Saturday, but on Sunday, we're rocking and rolling, baby. Anyway, outside of that, you can visit superbook.com to wager and win today. Now, if you're spending valuable time, just thinking about the bets that you want to place, well, this is your site that's going to get you paid. I'm telling you. And you're going to have a good time doing it. Plus, I'm rocking with them. Superbook Sports, the most trusted name in Vegas, and it's live right here in Tennessee for all your sports wagering needs. So the big game's coming up this weekend. A lot of them. You can get on live bets. You can get action. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
So everything is changing these days, right? And that is a great thing. It's changing fast. Maybe you remember, or maybe it was back in your day that, you were trying to get video to load on your desktop computer, or you had dial-up, or, just not quite as easy. Well, now there is the Xfinity 10G network, and here's what that means. That means the fastest internet with faster speeds rolling out every day, and internet that can power a house full of devices all at once with ultra low lag. We love Xfinity internet because of that, because I've got kids playing Fortnite and whatever, all these other games. So while maybe one person is streaming a movie from their room, those video games can happen in the basement. Maybe another can TikTok in the kitchen. It is the next generation 10G network. It's only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Here's the deal. Now through March 21st, new customers can get started with 200 megabit Xfinity internet with up to 10 times faster upload speeds during their limited time Xfinity 10G network launch celebration for just $25 a month for 2 years. No annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. It does require paperless billing and auto pay. Stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Taxes and fees extra after promo. Regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Chris Lowe coming up from ESPN.com. We'll talk about the tournament, get into some of the details there. Tennessee with the big win over Duke. Did you see that, Babs?
Oh, Lord.
Or Dookies. Don, next up on 3HL.
Dookies!
Don, what's up?
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey, we're good, man.
Fantastic. So, I've had some time to collect myself after Babs got on the phone and said she was a happy drunk and loves everybody. So,
This is true, though.
yeah, fantastic, by the way. Where were you when I was single?
Wow, that's aggressive, Don.
He said he collected his thoughts.
Hello!
Oh,
But
man.
first and foremost, before you throw the gong up, let me say thank you to all three of y'all. Y'all met my son at Radio Row.
Oh, yeah.
Who is a student at Arizona State in the Cronkite journalism program. Y'all took some time out to say hello to him while he was covering the Super Bowl. And I want to say thank you for that. So
yeah, he was a great young man, and we told him
He came up to
just
us
keep
and said
pushing.
hi. Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
yeah, I told him to go over there and try and seek y'all out, and
He did.
He'll be working for CBS Sports this summer.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good job.
Nice,
Cool.
but on a sidebar, my youngest son is a student at UT, and he just came back from spring break late yesterday. Went immediately and stood in line. Got a student ticket and a guest ticket for the game at MSG Thursday night, and if they win, then they play, I believe, Saturday night. And I wanna confirm with you guys, because he called me and said, "Hey, Dad, do you want to go?" And I said, "Well, let's go." I just want to confirm with you guys that
Yep.
that I should go, because
Oh,
I have.
gosh, yes.
Should you go? You have to do a car got a roof?
Car ain't got no roof.
Car ain't got no roof, yeah.
I'm
New
telling
York
you, man.
City, boss, car ain't got
Listen,
no roof.
number one, Madison Square Garden is the mecca for college basketball arenas.
Yes.
And I have not been. I've been outside of it, but I haven't been in it. And yes, go. And yes, they play Thursday.
And call us.
They play Thursday late, and then they play Saturday if they win.
Yeah, it's, I think it's 9 o'clock
Eastern.
Eastern.
It is.
Yeah.
And
You're going to have to take a nap, Don.
power nap. Power nap all the time, and then it's go, go, go. So,
That's right.
yeah, I think they only had something like 200 student tickets.
Wow.
That's probably true.
And,
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't
and
get nobody to give me a
he got
ticket.
his ticket, and he got one guest ticket, and I think it was like $500.
Boom.
Wow, that's what's up, man.
And
All
he
right, Don.
invited you. That's really
Enjoy that,
sweet.
man. Enjoy it. Enjoy
Well,
it.
You know, he needs an airline ticket and a hotel. So,
Oh,
Smart. Smart.
makes more sense.
Especially coming off spring break. You know.
Yeah,
Look at me.
Take that
I
invite.
know.
Take
I know.
that
I
invite.
was making it all
Bless his heart,
sweet.
He had to rough it in the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, clearly your boy's living a life. Thank you, Don. Have fun, man.
Yes.
Give
Give
us a call
on
from up there.
Friday.
Yep.
Fantastic.
See you, bro.
Enjoy.
How about that?
I was
Man,
trying to
that's
make it all
live, right
sweet.
there.
Like, oh, he's bringing his dad. He could have brought anybody.
Well, you want to have somewhere to lay his head.
Chris
Oh,
Lowe,
that's
ESPN.com, joins us now. Chris, this guy just called and said, I've got a ticket to go see Tennessee play in New York. Should I go? And we're like, Madison Square Garden's like the mecca of college basketball arenas and pro basketball.
Oh, that's great, man. Remember the short nets? The thing I always
Yes.
remembered about the Garden, back when Bernard King played for the Knicks, they always had the short nets.
Mm-hmm.
More than anybody else's nets in any arenas, and that was sort of one of the highlights of the Garden. But I'm glad to hear that kids are going on spring break to the Bahamas now. When I was in school, we went to the boat dock there at Lake Loudon.
I still ain't been to the Bahamas, Chris. So me and you
I
together,
might have
man.
gone to PCB one time
I did.
in college.
Oh,
you
yeah.
did.
I did.
Rolling on the strip.
After we lost to Charlotte. Right on the PCB, baby.
Wow.
Chris, let's talk about Tennessee. Tennessee just absolutely manhandled Duke. It was obvious early what the game plan was, and that was to muck it up and just really attack them physically. And they were able to do what they wanted to do. Obviously, Olivier Kamwa got hot in the second half with 23 of his 27, but I don't think Rick Barnes could have drawn up that performance any better.
No, when I was leaving the Amway Center, I had a chance to go to the game. I saw these cops run in, had assault warrants for all these Tennessee players that committed all these atrocious fouls. And, obviously I'm being facetious. It's amazing though when a blue blood like Duke goes down.
Yeah.
You hear it in all of our profession. And the crazy thing is, you really haven't heard much from the Duke players. Al-Shaair didn't say anything about it.
No, they didn't.
He complimented Tennessee, how tough and physical their veteran and how seasoned they were. The players talked about how physical Tennessee was. I think it's just almost a shock to some in the basketball media world when Duke goes down and Tennessee beats them. And Tennessee goes in with a team. I don't know how many guys on that roster for Tennessee are surefire pros. Maybe one. Duke's got 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee goes in and plays their game. And that's the way if you've watched Tennessee play all year long, that's the way they play. They play tough defense. They want to sort of turn the game into a rock fight. And smart, savvy basketball players, guys. And Slade can attest to this. Adjust to the way the game is officiated during the game.
Yep.
Because every tournament game is going to be officiated a little bit differently depending on the crew. And as the game evolves, you've got to understand what kind of whistle you're getting. And if you're getting the kind of whistle that Tennessee and Duke got the other day, you better play to that whistle.
Yep.
And if you don't, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think we had talked about that before, CeeLo. The funny thing is, man, about this game is after the win, it's funny how you see it. If you look back at the Kentucky game when Kentucky played Tennessee at Tennessee, all of the players to a man said we got punked in that game. And I think watching the game, when a team is being more physical and a team doesn't match it. I thought it was the exact same thing in this game. To the naked eye, if you've never seen basketball before and you watch that game, you would say, man, one team is being more physical than the other. And usually the more aggressive team and physical team wins those games.
No question. You don't think, Tom, those teams play physical?
Thank you.
I mean, have you watched those guys play defense for the last 20 years? I mean, that's the way you win in March.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have guys like a Kamwa step up and make big shots and make big plays and have career-type games. And the other thing is you better lock down on defense. And sometimes it gets physical. Sometimes it gets a little ugly. People want to call it dirty. Call it what you want to call it, but that's the way Tennessee plays. And, I mean, I'm not a bit surprised that, because I knew that would be Rick Barnes' game plan going in there against some young kids. Let's be honest. Tennessee had all these guys who played on big stages, who played a bunch of years together. Duke's a very talented basketball team, but they're young. And there was no question that Tennessee was going to go in there, as you said, muck it up, make it more of a rock fight, and see if Duke could adjust. And Duke just never really was able to adjust to that style of game.
Well, and the other thing is, and people talk about Tennessee's physicality. I thought Duke played very physical on the perimeter, especially. They tried to get all over and get handsy with this Vescovy and those guys trying to turn them over. But Vescovy is not getting the credit because Kamwa did what he did in terms of point production. But Vescovy, we talked about this last week, Slick. He's going to have to play damn near 40 minutes because when he's not on the floor, they are lost in terms of rotating the basketball and even just handling it. And so he did not play 2 minutes, and they were -3. He played 38 minutes, and they were +16. And so, Barnes was like, after he took him out for those 2 minutes, he probably told him, hey, man, you're not coming back out.
Yeah, and Santi is in just incredible shape. I mean, you go back and look at what Santi was physically when he got to Tennessee to where he is now. The guy is, if you pick the 5 most in shape players in the country, I guarantee you he's in that 5. But to count on him the way they do offensively and him not turn the ball over and take care of the basketball, and you're right, Brent. I mean, he's the guy. Go back to the first half, when they score on the Adu layup. Santi's the one who makes that play. They are when he's scoring and somebody else is scoring now, Olivier's not going to get 27 every game.
Right.
But if you get somebody else, whether it's Olivier, whether it's a Key, to have 15, 16, 17 points, when you get that second person, even without Zakai, that can put the ball in the basket and make big shots, and Tennessee plays defensively the way they did the other night, they're going to be a tough out. Now, that said, I think this game Thursday has a chance to be maybe as tough a game as Tennessee's going to play, because everybody now is going to look at this game and say, FAU, the Fighting Lane Kiffin.
Everybody's going to pick Tennessee. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to pick Tennessee. Tennessee's played the best defense. FAU, can they stack up to Tennessee's physicality? Tennessee's going to have to play good basketball. I don't think Tennessee can go into that game and play the way they did the last 12 to 14 minutes of the first game against Louisiana win. I think if they play that sloppy and turn the ball over the way they did the first half against Louisiana, they will lose this basketball game. They better play a basketball, because I can promise you, FAU goes in, they got nothing to lose. They get a chance, another shot at an SEC team, and I bet every one of those kids on that team at a Florida school feel like they should have been recruited by an SEC school. This is their chance on a big stage to prove that. This will be a very difficult game for Tennessee.
Yeah, totally agree. What did you see from guys that impacted the game, like a Julian Phillips? Like, he only had 2 tip-back dunks, but, man, it seemed like he had
shots, though.
Yeah, it seemed like that was 15 points when you talk about being able to answer the bell. Him and Tobey coming in, being able to give them great impactful minutes. Like, those other guys, man, if they can step up like that, you were able to play 9 guys.
Yeah, they're deep. Rick's playing a lot of guys. And I think Al-Shaair said, or one of the Duke kids said that we just sort of ran out of gas in the last 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that. And sitting there, Slay, with some of your former Hoops brothers at the game all said that they felt like going into the second half, Tennessee's depth would win out, and you would see it in the last 5 minutes. And that's the case. But no, even though Julian only had the 2 plays, they came at key times in the game. And it kind of highlight high-energy plays that really gets your team going. Yeah. If the ball gets anywhere near Walker, he's going to grab it.
Yep.
If it's almost like his hands have that gravity force. The ball's going to come through his hands.
Yeah, you got the
such strong hands.
He's
got great hands, great footwork. I think I said this last night. I talked to Coach Barnes with an interview with him on The Nation. I think the most refreshing thing about Tennessee's team, 2 things. Number one is there aren't any shot counters on that team. Everyone is 1,000% invested in what their role is. They don't care how many shots they get. They don't care how many points they score. If it's playing tough D, if it's rebounding, if it's coming in like a key and making 2 big plays, if it's using all 5 fouls, those guys are all totally invested in what their roles are as laid out by Rick Barnes and the staff. And I think the other thing is even though they didn't play well in February, and they had a lot of different combos, they played a lot of different injuries that hurt them, I don't think they ever lost confidence because they played such a tough schedule. When you play Alabama and Arizona and Texas and Kansas and USC and Maryland, and in the preseason, even though it didn't count, you scrimmage Michigan State, you play Gonzaga in exhibition. These guys they're not going to be intimidated. If it's got Duke across the jersey, if it's a big game, if it's a Sweet 16 game, even though they weren't playing their best basketball, this team now I think has enough experience and enough guys who played in these type of games that they understand that when it gets to be win or go home, it's a whole different level of basketball.
Chris Lowe, ESPN.com with us. Let's talk about Alabama, the overall number 1 seed. Dominant performance against Maryland. And what's interesting about this performance, I think, when you look at it and when you watched it, it goes back to something Slay and I were talking about, and Don too, is the scary thing about Alabama late in the season and into the SEC tournament was they locked down on defense. And they've got a lot of long arms out there getting in passing lanes and on the perimeter. And that has totally changed kind of what you think about them, because you think, okay, if they're not hitting or Brandon Miller struggles or something like that, now they're playing defense and they can kind of absorb some of that. So they still win by 22, which is the most a team has ever won by in the NCAA tournament when shooting less than 40% from the floor and less than 30% from 3. They held Maryland to 35.2 from the floor, 12.5 from 3. That defense is making them into a real national championship look at team for sure.
Yeah, and let's credit Nate Oates. Let's credit that entire team for buying in on that end of the floor, because everybody knows they can score. Everybody knows they can win, play in the 80s with anybody. But you've got to be able to grind out games in this time of year and win in the 60s. And Bama has shown they can do that. They can hold people at 50. They can hold them to the early 60s. And they do have the athleticism and the length to play that way. I mean, imagine telling somebody that their leading scorer, Brandon Miller, is not going to score. And they're going to win. You know, and that's says a lot about this team, and they're a lot better rounded, I think, than maybe people gave them credit for. And you're seeing, I still believe, as much as 3-point shooting dominates college basketball, if you don't play defense consistently this time of year, you're not going to be able to win a bunch of games in a row, because you're going to have some off nights. You're going to have nights where guys get in foul trouble. You're going to have times when guys, maybe it's the second game, and let's say a guy like Josiah Jordan-James is never as good in the second game because he's got knee issues. Maybe someone's sick. But the thing that never changes is if you play good team rotational defense and you can play 9 or 10 guys and you use all your fouls, that's what doesn't change about college basketball. And that's why I think Tennessee's got a chance, because that's the way they play on defense. And if you're as good as Alabama has been offensively, and they play the way they have defensively the last few games, to me, they're easily the favorite to win it all if they can continue to play at that level on the defensive end of the floor.
CeeLo, you got Stackhouse right there on West End taking a page out of Coach Buzz Williams' book at Texas A&M, looking like, man, they're on a mission to go win this NIT and prove to everybody they should have been in the NCAA tournament. But what kind of job has he done right there, man, being able to come back from down 9 with 60 seconds remaining and get that win against Juwan Howard in Michigan?
No, he's the comeback coach of the year in college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They're the comeback team of the year when you look at where they were at one point, and just the embarrassing loss. And I mean, they're calling for Stack's job. You guys are there in Nashville.
Yeah.
And you know, Jerry doesn't flinch. His team doesn't flinch. They just get better. They believe in him. They believe in what what the staff's telling them, and they just continue to fight. They get left out of the tournament. They should have been in the tournament. You can't tell me that that's not an NCAA tournament team.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, sometimes when that happens, when a team gets left out and they think they should be in, and they go to the NIT, they no-show. And I think it says a lot about the program's character, the kids on that team's character. They go in and they play with that kind of edge, and they fight back and they win. So I'm a huge Stackhouse fan. I think if he can fill some key holes, however, recruiting, transfer portal, whatever, what he's shown they can do the latter part of the season, I think they got a chance next year to be really good. They just can't lose early to some of the teams they did this year. But I mean, you talk about a guy that's sharply dressed. I mean, Slay, even some of your wardrobe on the SEC Network, I don't think you match up.
I can't touch
the way
Stack.
Jerry dresses on the sideline.
Can't touch Stack, boy. That closet is deep closet.
His shoe game's pretty strong.
He's serious.
Too.
No, he overall serious.
Chris,
I want to see the two of you guys go at it one-on-one in your –
So I got a story about that. I'm about to tell you about that in the summer. Stack most definitely don't remember it, but I was getting ready for the draft, and I went up there. No, it was the year after the draft, and I was working out in D.C., and they used to have the open runs up there when he was with the Wizards. And me and Stack kind of got into it, and then we were a little cool. I know he don't remember it, though, but yeah. I was in the post, and he was on the wing. He had his advantage. I had my advantage.
Love it. Thank you, Chris. Good stuff, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Appreciate it, Lo.
At CeeLo at ESPN. When we come back, Jeremy Fowler went on SportsCenter Sunday, shared an interesting nugget about Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, and said the Titans could emerge as a suitor. I'll tell you what he said when we come back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. I love that promo. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. If you're out looking for that next new ride, new pre-owned car, truck, SUV, Jeep, they will be able to help you out. They've got a great selection, and we are certainly approaching Jeep season. They've got a great collection of Jeeps, and you can check them out on the lot. But if you are looking around dealership to dealership, make sure you include my guys at Gupton and go there first if you haven't done it yet, because you'll end up buying from them. Best vehicle buying experience you'll ever have, because there will be no pressure on you when you go see these guys. They actually let you get out of the car when you park it on the lot and walk inside. How refreshing is that? And then they'll talk with you about what you're looking for, and you and them will collaborate on the decision and come up with what's best for you and your family. And that's what will happen. Go take your test drive, go inside, they'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. 24 West toward Clarksville, exit 35, straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. Mm. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, producer Joe Hunk. Eggy Bob's in the control room for some reason.
I'm just in there bopping.
Hunk, what is he doing in there? Is he helping?
Bopping.
Guys, I have no idea. I don't.
Bob just pops up. He bops up.
Does.
He just bops up.
He randomly strolls in, and next thing you know, he's sitting in my lap, and he's watching the board, and I don't know. I don't know.
Bob just in there with his headphones.
He sidles up like you don't hear him coming.
I don't.
You're like, oh, there's Bob.
Yeah, we got to put a little bell on Bob.
I will say
this,
this, like,
keep in stealth mode. Like
when we do live broadcasts or we did those watch parties at Party Foul, like people, like Bob's turned into a real character in this town.
Oh, without question, Bob's a figure. He's a figurehead out here.
People are like, "Are you CJ?"
Yeah, you Bob. Are you Ecky Bob? By next year, he'd be Bob.
So CJ Ecky. Ecky's his last name. Why do you call him Bob for those new to the room?
Because he has his headphones in now, and he bops around like he's listening to music.
Like that's how he walks.
Yeah. Like some tunes are playing.
615-737-1045 if you want in. I don't think we have, we don't have any more guests, so we can
let's light it up then.
We can do phone calls. Trash Talk Monday.
Can I say real quick?
Do you need an announcement?
Yeah, I can't say it right real quick.
You and real quick just don't go together.
No, this is going to be real quick. I can promise you. That's true, Hunk. You are right. I like that. That's a compliment.
You need the sounder?
I would love it.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, shout out to all my friends. I mean, friends, close friends, family. You get to sit at home and watch. And mainly I'm talking to my good friends to the north. Yep.
Oh, you're going after Kentucky.
Yeah. Hello, Big BBN. How are you? Yep, your coach. Yep, he said some people just ain't cut out to go there. But he recruited them. So, hey, good luck with the number one recruiting class next year. But for now, all of you that were hitting my phone, that was texting me just all kind of crazy stuff, see you in New York. No, you are not. Kentucky, have a seat. Put your feet up. And that's all. I had to give it to him.
I swear you forgot something, as a matter of fact.
How do
I mean, they were honestly like a month ago. We didn't even think they were going to be in the tournament.
That's very true.
And they did win one game.
But guess what, though? I got to say, I kept telling y'all that depth was going to be a problem.
He went to that short rotation. Naturally, that led them to win games.
It made.
But you get to tournament, you have to play every other day.
That's what I said. And all it took was one. I said, if one person gets in foul trouble in that rotation or have an off night, and look what happened. Christian Reeves didn't give him nothing. Jacob Toppin didn't give him nothing. Saville Wheeler would have really, really helped. He didn't give him nothing but a lot of cheering.
I will say this, man. Watching that game, best player on the floor was Kansas State point guard Marquise Noel.
No question.
My favorite point guard in the tournament, 27 points, 9 assists. The no-look passes in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just repeatedly. And then late, the big threes.
Man.
And they were not wide open threes. They were contested jumpers.
He's 5'8".
That went high up in the air.
5'8".
5'8". Shibwe, 25 points, 18 boards. He did his thing down there. But interesting tournament. 2 1 seeds already gone. 2 2 seeds already gone.
Mm-hmm.
And there are no blue bloods in the Sweet 16 for only the 4th time ever.
Wow.
How about that? So is it a fun tournament when you lose those?
Are you crying?
Yeah. Yes. No, I have something in my eye.
Oh, she has something in her eye.
But it does look like I'm crying because my Blue Devils are out. And my Auburn Tigers are out.
That's right.
After a dismal second half. An absolute Shiano show of a second half.
I went and live betting them at halftime. Again, I'd already picked them to win it.
It's your job to watch them every single week. How many second halves have you seen them blow the leads on?
Listen.
Yeah, but
that was different.
It was a different team. It was a different looking Auburn team.
Yeah, without question.
Consider the opponent. So does that tell us how good Houston is? That they go from 10 down to win by 17? That is a 27-point swing in a second-round game.
Tell us how good Marcus Sasser
it
is.
shows you how
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Auburn
is. Yeah.
Like that's
they had something to do with it.
But listen, like they showed Houston's weakness in the first half, though. I mean, they finished with 22 points in the paint in the first half.
They were rolling.
Like they showed, hey, look, here's the blueprint to get to Houston, right?
If my guy Janai Broome makes free throws, I've been chanting his name all year. If he makes free throws, it's a totally different game for Auburn. He just couldn't make them. He's not a bad free throw shooter.
By the way, back to the Kentucky.
And then none of those shots were going.
Can who? Sucky.
K-State game. What did Cal call the K-State point guard? Marquise Noel?
Little guy.
Little kid, I think.
I thought he said the little guy.
I think he disrespected him all the way and hit him with little kid.
There, you've got it?
We had some guys really fight like crazy and then had a couple guys offensively not play their game the way they played all year, but that stuff happens in this tournament, and we did a pretty good job on Johnson, and he makes that three. And the little kid makes the three. How he make a deep three. We miss a couple, and all of a sudden it gets out of hand. But these kids fought. They never stopped. I mean, these two, Oscar did some special stuff.
I think it's just an old dude talking.
No. Nope.
I didn't take it as disrespectful.
There's no reason to
I thought people were completely over.
No, I think you could take it disrespectfully, but I really think he's just an old guy talking.
And he can't remember names.
Yeah,
no, he should have said number.
Because guess what? You know who his mentor is? Tyler Eulis. Tyler Eulis is a smaller player. You know who's sitting on Kentucky bench?
Yeah,
Tyler Eulis. You know who probably was telling them the game plan, the strategy to try to keep him out? Tyler Eulis. So they know his name.
I know, but
plus he said Johnson.
Like he did know the other.
Shout out to
okay, but I'm telling you, yeah, probably because he
recruited
him exactly. No, but see, I
ain't going for it.
I promise you, I sit so many times in these coaches' meetings. I know it's football, but I sit and I guess it's less numbers, but I sit and coaches don't know names. They're like, I
totally agree with
27, 91.
They all talk in
whatever.
numbers.
They all talk in numbers.
Because
so I did not take it as like a disrespectful thing.
I agree with that.
How much hands-on does Cal have?
But I don't agree
for
with
putting
that.
those tapes together.
He dog walked you, and you got the stat sheet sitting right there. That's what I can't not.
I mean, he did score 27 on you.
and 9 assists, and all impactful. Like, you know his name. I guarantee he didn't. When they came to the huddle, he didn't say, somebody got to stop the little kid. He said, somebody got to stop Noel.
Yeah, and you said it right. Like, nobody plays. I kept thinking that during the game. Nobody plays point guard like that anymore. Because people don't work on no-look passes. They're in there shooting threes.
That's a player.
All the time.
He's a player. He done played a lot of basketball.
And Tennessee could run into them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. All right, we did not get to Jeremy Fowler. We will do that next, and we'll go to the phones. Phone lines wide open for the 5 o'clock hour. Appreciate you being with us. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Brentwood Jewelry. You need to know my friend Salem, Brandon Amamali, all the guys at Brentwood Jewelry and ladies. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. They have new hours in 2023. I want to remind you of that ever so often because they are still open regular hours Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 to 4. But off Sunday and Monday. Always a phone call away or a click at BrentwoodJewelry.com. If you haven't already heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer is Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection in watches, They are also the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, vintage or current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. Every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. Brentwood Jewelry carries the Hamilton watch line as well. Hamilton watches are innovative, iconic, and known for the American spirit and Swiss precision. They offer a wide range of chronographic, automatic, classic men's and women's watches. Check out the watch lines at Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hung. News from the AFC South. The Texans have been busy. Just a couple of hours ago, they announced that they are signing running back Devin Singletary from the Buffalo Bills. At least that's where he was last year. He is a free agent. And they've also decided that Dalton Schultz would like to stay inside the state of Texas. He played for the Cowboys last year, and he just signed a one-year deal with the Texans a few minutes ago. Now, this does not mean, by the way, I probably should have added a comma there, this does not mean that Austin Hooper is going to sign with his team, but Ian Rappaport is reporting that Austin Hooper is going to be visiting with the Washington Commanders. And tonight, the Grizz back at home hosting the Dallas Mavs. Game tips off at 7 o'clock. You can watch that on NBA TV. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Monday edition. NCAA tournament talk. Hello. Who's on? Did I do that? I think that was a Hunk production.
No. But the problem is it now won't stop.
That is really weird because I 100% did not touch the phone.
Neither did I.
Oh, Babs, we got the ghost. Babs is like...
She's creeped out right now?
No, I think somebody screwed up and just isn't admitting it.
I would admit it.
I know you would.
I would too.
Is there somebody else back there with you, Hunk?
Ecky Bob.
Ecky Bob did it.
He was on the other side of me, though, but yeah.
All right. Hey, happy Monday, people.
Hi, Don Davenport.
Hi.
That's Bonk. That's Bonk. Twitch,
That
please.
is Bonk.
Tommy Renshaw sent us an interesting article that I have not had time to read about Joan Jett, though, that I passed along to you, and I think that's homework for us.
Yes.
So we can pass along tomorrow, maybe?
Yep. Or
I
maybe
forgot
at
about
some
it.
point past, once we get past basketball season.
I mean, we can take 5 minutes to tell a funny
Well,
story.
it was basically like urine popsicles.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pique your interest. This is what we call a tease in the business. Joan Jett and urine popsicles.
I mean, there are a lot of details involved in that. I mean, that's...
I'll fill you in at a later date. You have to listen to 3HL at all times.
I can't wait to hear about
All it takes is us reading beyond the headline. Right?
Well, I can't find beyond.
I'll send you the story, too.
Did you read Beyond the
Oh,
Headline
I don't
yet?
want to read the story. I want to hear.
Okay, so Babs and I'll read it.
I'll wait on it.
We'll communicate the message.
Yeah, I
He's
can't
Ron
wait.
Slay. He's the receiver
I'm
of
in the
the
building.
information.
I'm in the building.
Hey,
I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in Sweet 16.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Before we get to the Sweet 16, then phone lines are open, 615-737-1045. We'll hit the phone lines. Lady Vols opened slowly against 13th seed St. Louis in the opening round. They led by 3, 27-24, midway through the second quarter, but closed the game 68-26 and won 95-40 or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense doing the math. They play today at 5 o'clock against 12 seed Toledo. The game just started, as a matter of fact. If they win tonight, they get number 1 seed Virginia Tech in the Sweet 16. Also,
Which lots of people are talking about right now because Inner Sandman was banned by the NCAA. Have you seen all these videos?
I saw it. Yeah.
Why?
Why would you ban it?
I don't know. It might be rights money.
Oh, yep.
You know what I mean?
Inner Sandman, for those that don't know, is an iconic Metallica song that Virginia Tech runs out to during football games.
Yes.
And it is phenomenal.
And it's probably
to use in sports.
The music company they want it. Probably ain't even the band. Like,
right.
They always want theirs.
Because they want the royalties, and it's a ton of money, even if it's in the background.
Right.
And I know all this because we have to be careful working for ESPN. Like, you are only allowed certain music to play certain things. So, like, if a player writes songs and plays on his guitar, like, I can't show that
Wow. Yeah, that's
you can't
wild.
hear that in the broadcast because of rights fees and all of that. So
Interesting.
anyway, but basically the student section and the fans said, oh yeah, screw you. will just sing it.
Right. I like that.
That is pretty good.
All right, it's because they want it to be neutral. That's why.
Oh, because
that's dumb. If you want it to be neutral, don't give a home. Yeah, don't give a home.
That's real
court
simple.
advantage.
Yeah, that's real simple.
It's real easy.
Oh man.
Anyway, go ahead. Carry on.
Want to shine some light on Vanderbilt, not to come back against Michigan. Michigan led 65-57 with 1 minute to go. All right, and here's what happened if you missed it. Tyron Lawrence layup and one. 65-59. Did he make the free throw? He didn't make the free throw. Yes, he did. 65-60. Michigan turnover. Magnon fouled. 2 free throws. 65-62. 45 seconds left. Michigan turnover. Magnon layup. 65-64. Michigan. 19 seconds left. Michigan turnover. Tyron Lawrence layup. 66-65. Vandy. 11 seconds left. Michigan missed shot. Vandy wins 66-65.
Man, can't nobody on
How about that?
this earth tell me Memorial Magic ain't real. Only way you can say that you've never been to a game now, when they're good and rocking. That's why it's important for y'all. That's why it's important for fans to go out and support them, because the Magic don't happen if you're not in the gym. Like, it's the Memorial Magic does not live unless you're in a packed house rocking. When it works, it's a packed house rocking.
Stackhouse even mentioned it.
Did he?
Memorial Magic.
Even he believed now. He like, man, this is crazy. I'm not supposed to win this game. 60 seconds down 9?
Down 8. Down 8 with 58 seconds to go.
Whatever.
Dude, like,
8, 9.
It don't even matter. Down 4. You still not supposed to win. Like, we saw the Magic. Tennessee saw the Magic. What would make Julian Phillips not go get a wide open dunk?
Yeah.
Only the Magic. What would make Santi Vescovi go miss 2 free throws? Only the Magic. That's what happens, man. Big Blue Nation thought they was gonna get something. They even took it on the road with them and took it down to Bridgestone. Used it down there. Telling you, man, it's serious. Listen, it's good for the city, man. I love it. Bring it. And then when the rivalry ensues, anytime we play you, you know what you'll be known as, don't you? Candy. You'll be known as Candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Yeah, ooh, so good.
So Vanderbilt will play UAB on March 22nd. When is that?
That's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It ought to be
at Memorial
Gym. Back in school.
Yep. Winner goes to Vegas for the Final Four.
They ought to call me to do that game. I'm just really.
Have they not yet?
No, I did the first game. Corey Alexander, Oak Hill alum. Shout out to Oak Hill. He did the game Saturday.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, CA, good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He did a good job. 615-737-1045. Not as good as you, though.
Yeah, CA can't mess with me.
I'm just saying.
He'll guard. I'm a big man.
Big man, a little more entertaining.
That's right.
John in the borough. John, what's up? Yo, John.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
I got you.
Talking the NCAA tournament, first off, congratulations to UT on making it to the Sweet 16. Y'all know I don't like you. You know I hate you. But I got to give credit where credit is due. But, Slay, I wanted to ask you a question as a guy who played basketball at the collegiate and the professional level. When 5 players call timeout and no referee acknowledges it, what in the world are you supposed to do?
Man, feel like you got cheated and then go back and look at the tape and know that you got cheated. Especially when the veteran like Lomax is standing right there in front of you calling timeout. And then there was another guy, I forgot who
there
was
were
in
2
front
players calling timeout right in front of both referees.
And that's the thing. When it's 3, you got 3 officials for a reason. And the ball is in one center location where all the officials' eyes can be on that one. Like, you don't have to look down the court. You should be looking right there at that place. So somebody should have caught an angle.
And there wasn't a Florida Atlantic player with a hand on the ball. That's the other part of it.
That was bad. I would have rather them call walk or something. And just been like, well, he walked. He couldn't get no anything. That was wrong. That was dead wrong. No excuse.
Dead right.
Dead body. Yeah, that was messed up, man. I hate that because that was a hell of a game. But I will say, man. Yeah.
What?
No, because, so watching the game, I thought, let's go. You want to go to break?
Yeah, we'll get your thought next. Also, Jeremy Fowler. What did he say?
That's why I didn't want to start,
SportsCenter?
Babsy.
Oh my gosh, 8 times. We are definitely talking about Kevin Byard next.
Yes.
No, Lamar Jackson and Kevin Byard.
Sorry, both.
Yes. And whatever Slay's thought was.
And those.
Slay's thoughts presented by Don Davenport.
I got to
we'll
call
be right
out
back.
too.
Buddy Allen Carpet One, they are your flooring experts. And here's the thing, they're right here in Nashville. And these guys will be with you every step of the way, including the installation. Big box stores turn you over to a 1-800 number. You have no idea who you're calling, where you ask your questions, all those things. Well, at Buddy Allen Carpet One, Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen will be on top of your project every step of the way. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Right there in Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike, 615-883-3289. They have a beautiful showroom. Go check them out. Check them out online, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. 3HL1045 The Zone. So there was an A bet on Sportsline. You know, Alan Bell always talks about Sportsline. And you're not going to hit 100%, right? So I did 3 of the A bets over the weekend at like $10, $15 per. I'm not like your big spender over here. But anyway, so one of the A bets was Oklahoma State over Eastern Washington in the NIT by 11.5. And so I was kind of watching the game, and then I was like, crap, it ended. I didn't think to turn back. I can't remember what was going on in the NCAA tournament or whatever, but I think Kentucky was playing actually. But so I looked at the score. Remember, I had Oklahoma State by 11.5, minus 11.5. So anything more than 11.5, winner. Yep. They won by 11. So while I was sitting here during the break, I said, Slay, I think I'm going to torture myself and look and see what happened at the end of that game. Maybe they missed a free throw or whatever. So I pull up the play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
And so Oklahoma State led with 8 seconds left, 71-57. You're in the clear. 8 seconds left. They turn the ball over. And then Tyrese Davis for Eastern Washington hits a 3 at the buzzer.
Couldn't leave well enough alone.
To go from 14 winner to 11 loser.
Yep. No chicken dinner.
Oh, that happened to Slay, too.
Yeah, that
Tennessee game on.
No, Alabama.
I'm sorry, Alabama game on
Thursday. Yep.
Thursday, yep.
Your days are jumbled.
God, I can't even. I don't even know.
That's when you get them days off, man. Days just start running together.
Well,
You
we
don't know.
No, we had to go party.
Oh, yeah.
That was our job.
Question. Yeah.
Those 2 days.
They still run together.
What about bad beat TCU hitting the 3 at the buzzer in that game? That was over.
Good beat. I got it.
Oh, good. That worked for me.
That one worked for me.
This is a perfect example. Like,
and he let it
in
roll
sports
all the way
betting,
past that.
sometimes you're going to get them when you shouldn't, like that.
Yep.
And sometimes
you know
a player's going to go steal the ball from his teammate to shoot a 3 and make sure that they didn't cover.
That was so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Damon Ball hit
And
that
that
for
is
TCU. He's from
so
Nashville.
dumb.
So salute to him.
Do we have the so dumb call?
Oh,
That
my
is
gosh.
so
That's
dumb. We ain't
the
heard that in a
best
minute.
call.
It's one of the
We've
classic
never
3HL
heard from
calls.
him again. Or we heard from him one other
more
time.
Mm-hmm. That's what he called once a year.
Yeah, it's once a year.
You don't want to give him too much. Quick NCAA tournament note. Texas big man and former Vandy big man Dylan Dessou hit 14 of Texas's 31 shots. 14 of 31 shots. He had 28 points and 10 rebounds in the win over Penn State.
It was killing. And he would be playing for Vandy right now.
And quick Preds note. They've got 14 games left. They played at the Rangers last night, and they gave up 6 goals in the first 7 Rangers shots.
Oof, that was not good. We were there on
That was not good.
Saturday. We went to the 1:00 game with a bunch of Winnipeg fans that flew in from Canada to go to the game. They were very nice. They sat behind us.
Well, I mean, the Canadian, they're nice.
All Canadians nice?
No.
What did they say? Like beauty A, take off?
They did say A like
all the time.
1,000 times.
Yeah. Another beer, eh?
I was like, listen, Hadley, this is not how we talk.
Give me an Amstel Light, eh? What else they drink
Yeah,
there?
they were very nice though. They enjoyed Hadley or Baby Babs.
I found out she's a little Babs now. I found out
Lil
that
Babs.
She is Lil Babs.
that during the Super Bowl, I found out that the ironing board was made by Canadians. So I like them.
Yeah, the list of stuff was weird. I hated that commercial.
I loved it. Dave Grohl was in it.
I know. That's probably why you loved it.
I did.
It was a
I do.
dumb commercial, and that is so dumb.
Let me do this, and then I'll go to the phones. All right, you ready for this?
Yep, let us hear it.
You don't know what you're ready for.
Lamar Jackson.
You were supposed to say a thing, too.
Yeah, I'm
What
aware
Jeremy
of it.
Fowler say?
Or Bayard.
Fowler.
Or Bayard.
You got to hit both those.
Yeah. Okay. Jokes. Jeremy Fowler went on SportsCenter Sunday and shared an interesting nugget about Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. He said the Vikings and the Titans could emerge as suitors. This is what he said on SportsCenter. There's been no firm offer sheet for Lamar Jackson right now. He has not signed his franchise tag, so this all has to be hashed out. And really, the draft could be a good indicator for the league because if there's a team in the top 10 that cannot get its passer, let's say they're going for Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud and they can't get him, maybe it's Indianapolis at 4. if they don't get their guy, they could pivot to Lamar Jackson and give up 2 first-round picks to acquire him. We just talked about the Jets. If for some reason the Aaron Rodgers trade, which is still not gone through, would fall through, nobody expects that. But they could pivot to Jackson. And then when you talk about good fits, Jeremy Fowler on SportsCenter said, I asked some executives around the league what teams would make sense. They mentioned Tennessee, who just cleared some cap space. They have a new GM, Rand Carthon, who's working on the roster. They could also use a running quarterback. They have experience with that in the past. And even a wild card like Minnesota, Kirk Cousins has 1 year left on his contract if they want to reestablish their identity there. Then I heard
experience with that in the past.
McNair.
Well, Tannehill moves around.
That's the only thing I would think. I was thinking McNair.
Well, Tannehill used to run too. He doesn't do it as much.
But not as a part of his game.
No.
Because of Marcus?
Marcus used to run. Yeah. Good point.
He's locker
But that's
Because he couldn't see.
He couldn't see the field.
The field.
I love Marcus, but, I mean, people
There
in the
were
league told me
times.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of one read and then boom, gone.
Let's keep it at Air McNair. One MVP to another. That's not
2003. I was there when I was on the practice field when he got the trophy. That was so cool.
Vince ran.
But yeah, he did.
BY, yeah. You could go BY.
And then he threw his uniform at the vice president's wife.
Yep. Shoulder pads.
And so well.
You can't make up some of the stuff that we've witnessed from like the Titans over the years.
Sports is beautiful.
Sports in general. Every organization has these funny stories. Entertainment.
It's beautiful.
Oh, man. And then, so then I heard Dan Graziani talking today about that same thing, that he thought the Titans made a good fit. And he even went so far as to say they could take a franchise quarterback into the new building in a few years.
That would help.
Which does make sense.
Is Lamar Jackson your franchise quarterback?
I don't know. I think it's way more likely Tannehill's back and then they draft one next year.
Right.
I think that's way more likely.
My only problem.
Go ahead.
My only
What's your
problem with being with Lamar is quality receivers don't want to come play with Derrick Henry because they're not going to get the ball. And quality receivers wouldn't go to Baltimore because they wasn't going to get the ball. So now you put both of them in the backfield? What are we going to do? Run an option? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's coming?
That's what Lamar did in Baltimore.
Yeah. Well, here's my other thing.
And people used to call in and tell us that they should run the triple option with Vince Young.
I mean,
there's another runner.
Yeah, but the problem with Lamar is look at what just happened this last season. He didn't play. Now, you think it's because he sat out on purpose, but you got to look at his injury history and the way he plays the game. Do you want your franchise quarterback that?
I mean, if he would have come in and you would have changed the game plan, without question, there's still plenty enough time with him being a former MVP. What is it, 26? Something like that, 27, not older than 27, 26 years old.
It's either 26
So, so it's plenty of time to, it's not like he don't have an arm. The young man has a cannon, you know what I'm saying, and a laser also. So I would be fine with if the offense was going to be tailored around him to
26.
throw the ball.
Just turned 26.
So that's great. Imagine him with Chig developing. Imagine with a Traylon Burks and another primetime receiver.
If you bring in Lamar Jackson, you have to move on from Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice. Because you can't have Lamar just handing it to him.
No,
play action would be serious.
You need somebody with multiple skills.
Right. Yep, I agree with that.
Yep.
And you need to be able to go get a receiver.
All right, so what about this Kevin Byard stuff? We talked about that story last week, and then other people reported it.
And I called it bunk.
Yes, you did.
Bunk.
And then Schefter reported it over the
enough.
weekend that the Titans want him to take less money or they'll release him. And he's basically, according to these reports, saying, I'm not taking less money.
Why
would I?
Well, he just restructured last year, right?
And didn't he do it the year before too?
Yes.
I'm appalled.
I understand.
I'm Paul Mason.
I thought you said I'm appalled.
I am. I just tried to mix it up.
I wonder if Paul Mason, our program director, is ever appalled. He probably is listening to this.
Yeah, he is, Paul.
Oh, he's appalled at us.
Yeah, like when we're late to a break, which y'all don't care about, but he does.
Hey, we're not late right now.
That's right. We're
right on time. What have you done for me lately, baby?
I can't control that in the past. I can control right now.
I'm saying if I'm Kevin Byard, I'm appalled that they would even call my phone with that. Like what?
Okay, but you do have to
restructure and take
remember-
less is different, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
You get more
What do
guaranteed.
you mean?
They give you guaranteed money to restructure.
Yes.
And so it becomes easier for them to cut you, which is, I think, where we are.
Yes. That's the problem. Because basically, like, your last year or two of your deal when you restructure like that is.
But as a player, wouldn't you want to do that? Like, give me the money now because I don't know if I go out there and break my leg and never play again.
Yeah, but look at Kevin Byard.
He has restructured 3 different times.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2020 and correction, 2 different times. I'm sorry,
Oh,
2020
okay.
and
Yeah, I knew it.
2022. Because in 2020 he got a 7.69 restructure bonus, and last year he got a 10.965 restructure bonus.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to hurry him get him off the books. So, but
Give
this
me
is what
the-
I'm saying.
Give
Take
me the
a
money.
cut.
F the pain. I'm a simple man.
What does it take a cut mean? That's like it.
Well, but you also.
The fame.
You do
Fame,
have to
not pain.
remember. You do have to remember this is different management. They're trying to fix all of the cap issues that exist. Like Rand Carthon came in. He's not the one that restructured Byard twice,
Right.
and moved that money along. Like it wasn't him. So I understand both points of
Right,
views
I do too.
here, but and
Coach Mack, to your point, said when he came on the show, number 1, get out of cap jail. Number 2, numbers at specific positions.
yeah.
That's what they've done.
And also, you understand too, people who are like, "Oh, the salary cap's fake," blah blah blah. No, it's not. It catches up to you, and that's where Rand Carthon is stepping into in this situation. So I get it, but then and I understand it's a business, but then Loyal Meat is like one of the best safeties in the game, durable, didn't miss a game.
Capital L in leader.
I mean, he's got a chance to be
Leader.
he's got a chance to be a Hall of Famer.
Right. Like,
and
figure it out.
Listen, you cut Derrick Henry, it's going to affect the market, and people are going to be upset. You cut Kevin Byard, that's another level. He's the mayor of Murfreesboro.
Man, he's Kevin Byard.
Kevin Byard.
Like
Or Byard, some people call him.
which is amazing. Like this, I do this event every year. The Titans are involved in Rally on the Runway, which raises money for kids' research projects for childhood cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin and his wife have been the chairs of it. I think this is the 3rd year coming up. It's in April. 3rd year coming up that they are the chairs of it. Like the amount of things that they do in this community on top of it. And I understand it's a business and it's football and you don't care, but holy crap, all the way around, he checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Except for the, fit into us getting out of salary cap jail.
Right.
615-737-1045. Tristan and Brentwood next up. Hey, Tristan, what's up?
Yes, I was wondering if the tight ends traded down and got one of the tight ends like Don Kincaid from Utah or Michael Meyer, and then drafted a QB later in their rounds, or drafted next year's quarterback draft like Caleb Williams. Then
I think
then
I think it depends which offensive lineman is there at 11, Tristan. And I think trade back is a big possibility. As a new general manager, I want my guy if my guy's there. But if my guy's not there, or there's multiple guys I think could be there, then I want draft capital.
Yeah,
especially with the holes in this roster.
Well, and part of my take at tight end is I think they really like what Chig is going to become.
Without question.
And they feel okay there as compared to a whole lot of holes that they have to find elsewhere. Like, I think Chig showed enough. Am I right here?
I think he's going to be a star.
Showed enough.
I think he's going to be a star.
I think you feel very good about at least him at that position. And there are other holes that you have to address first, even if you move back.
I agree. What is Kevin Byard? 30?
Yes. Years old?
Yeah, 30 years old.
Yes.
That's
But that's also, I mean,
that's right.
That's also a position that you can play.
Yeah, you can play for a minute. Yeah,
older.
And we're seeing that with them. So, man, I just
Yep.
I need my leaders. The reason I'm able to hold the locker room the way I am as a coach is because of the leaders that believe in me. That message is going to be passed along.
Well, and you heard it from the free agents today talking about how they called guys and asked about the culture in this locker room. Well, guess what? Kevin Byard sets that.
Yeah, no question.
He sets that.
No
he
question.
sets the work ethic. He sets all of that.
Yep.
And he knows exactly what Mike Vrabel wants, and he makes sure that it is done in that locker room. And we've seen that from that defense over and over.
Yep.
Here's the other thing. What do they actually save by cutting him? I guess it's more.
It was like $6 million.
Right.
I think.
And
the
the
last
dead
time I
cap.
looked.
No, I think it's $6 million. I think, and the dead cap money is what, like 13.6 or something.
Which the dead cap is currently killing them right now. But yes,
right,
it was something
because
like that.
that's the stuff that gets pushed along the road.
Pushed down the road.
That-
By the way,
that is a very non-business like way of explaining it. That's the stuff that gets pushed.
Well, it made plenty of sense to me. Fully understood it like that.
So in 7 seasons, Kevin Byard is tied for 4th all time in interceptions in Titans Oilers history.
Come on, man.
At 27.
How can we be at?
But see, some people come in and say, okay, but it's a rebuild, and he's 30.
If he gets 4 interceptions, he'll be 2nd all time.
Oh, that could easily happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, Jim Norton played from
I was gonna
1960
say,
to
who's
68,
first?
and he's got 45. So
In
Byard's at
Titans.
27.
Oh.
He had a lot. But the quarterback sucked back
That's a
then.
good question.
So there's that.
Who's second right now?
Chris
Sorry.
Dishman, who was awesome. He played with
Dishman.
Blaine.
Yeah, I remember.
Blaine loves Dishman. Played at Miami in college.
Yeah, I remember.
And then Fred Glick is 3rd with 30. And then
yeah.
Tony Banfield and W.K. Hicks and Darrell Lewis, who was awesome too. He played at Arizona in college, are all tied with Kevin Byard at 27.
Interesting. I would hate the move. I would hate it.
So when we come back, Babs had an interesting last
Doesn't make
4
sense
days
to
where
me.
she was partying downtown and doing all kinds of things.
Oh.
Going to Preds games, Uber rides where she had to check her phone to make sure everything went well. Run-ins with
My rating's still 4.9. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm 4.85. I don't know what's going on.
I think I'm the highest out of us 3.
No. Look it up in the break.
Got to be in for a shocker.
Also had an interesting experience eating out, which we won't go into detail. Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, you are? Okay, we'll do that when we
Well,
come
I'm
back.
going to leave names out so I don't get sued.
But then that led us to the question.
Our manager's
is a-
like, oh, crap.
Yeah, Paul Mason is appalled.
Here we go.
This led us to a poll question on 3HL's Twitter feed at 3HL1045. Give us a follow there. Which of the 3HL members most likely to have the cops called on them? Slay, Mayor, Babs, Hunk. There are a lot of votes in. We'll go through the percentages when we come back.
I got to go look at this.
1045 the zone. No.
It's funny. I feel like I always get to talk about my friends at a moment's peace.
We live in a matrix.
I know. Salon and day spa after we're talking about me, like, getting the cops called on me because I have a temper problem. Maybe I need to go to a moment's peace salon and day spa more often so I can go relax. If you have never been there, you got to check it out. It's awesome. And here is one of the very cool things about a moment's peace salon and day spa. Everything is right there under one roof. So let's say you want a massage and you want a facial and you want to go to one place to do all of that, or you want a manicure or pedicure, or you want waxing done, or you want a haircut. It doesn't matter. All of it at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. We are talking at least 10 different services all under one roof there at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. And maybe you're like a lot of my family members, and you probably wouldn't buy something like a spa day for yourself, but you would certainly enjoy it. Maybe you want to give a gift to someone like that. I promise you, everybody loves spa gifts. Well, you can at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, and they make it easy for you. You can go to their website where gift cards are available 24/7. It's amomentspeace.com. Everything's there, super easy. Or maybe you want to go big and make it a special event. They can help you out if you give them a call, 615-224-0770, 224-0770, or just stop by and say hi to them and smell how wonderful their lobby smells. It's in Cool Springs, across from Interstate 65 from Galleria Mall, intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue, a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here, and I got an answer for you. Coach Mack said he got an answer. I got an answer. Superbook Sports. That's the site that you need to go to. How you going to get there? Well, let me make it real simple for you. 2 ways. Download the Superbook Sports app on your phone, which is your mobile device. Tap into it. You can just use your thumbprint, pull it right up, get locked in on the games, because you know I'll be giving you a parlay. And parlay didn't do so good on Friday and Saturday, but on Sunday, we're rocking and rolling, baby. Anyway, outside of that, you can visit superbook.com to wager and win today. Now, if you're spending valuable time, just thinking about the bets that you want to place, well, this is your site that's going to get you paid. I'm telling you. And you're going to have a good time doing it. Plus, I'm rocking with them. Superbook Sports, the most trusted name in Vegas, and it's live right here in Tennessee for all your sports wagering needs. So the big game's coming up this weekend. A lot of them. You can get on live bets. You can get action. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
And rain, joy, and pain.
Kick it to me, Rob bass now.
Remember they used to have singles on cassettes? This was the first one I owned. Lady Vols cruising right now, 44-21 against Toledo.
Just rolling on along.
Lady Vols win. They advance to the Sweet 16 to play number 1 seed Virginia Tech.
Yeah. SEC rolling.
Jim Wyatt tomorrow on Tennessee Titans Stuff, TennesseeTitans.com. Also, Alan Bell gets you ready for the Thursday, Friday, and weekend games. We'll do that tomorrow. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. What in the world is going on over there, Miss Jackson?
She's cold.
She looks like Janet Jackson.
Oh, yeah. I have all black on. It's cold out. Did you guys not notice? It was 19 degrees this morning.
Yeah, I ain't go out down this morning.
Well,
I came in, it was about 45.
well, guess what? That was about the high for today.
It's true. So
it's going to be warm on Thursday.
This was our poll today, and if you've listened to the show, you understand why. If not,
I want to know this.
We're just going to roll. Which of the 3HL members is most likely to have the cops called on them? We asked the question because Babs had quite an eventful last 4 days. We'll leave it at that, unless you would like to.
I will
to know.
No. Listen to this, y'all.
Well, hang on. You want the poll
sorry.
results?
Yeah,
so
go
far?
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. We'll start from the bottom and go. So it's me, Hunk, Babs, Slay. Not in that particular order, or maybe it is. I don't know. Mayor, 3.8%.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, what you don't understand is I instigate things, but stay in the background.
He's the guy that starts the fight and then books it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's getting out of there. He's not getting caught.
Then Hunk at 12.6%.
Oh, nice.
12% of the audience believes that it would be me that would get the cops called
That's actually
before break.
right. That's rounded up 13%. So yeah.
So it's only between me and Babs?
You're 3 times more likely than me.
That's right.
That's amazing, Hunk.
I guess it's just because I'm a smart aleck.
Babs,
one person.
35.6%.
Oh, they done picked me.
I'm not in first place on this one.
How would y'all get me?
It's Slay at 47.9%.
Oh, God, I ran
It's
away
not
with
even
it.
close.
I ran away with it.
What's funny is it's Slay and Babs combined is 83%.
So, in other words, don't put me and Babs together on the night out.
Right.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
right. That is
Gotcha.
amazing, Slay.
Yeah, how y'all just think I'm gonna be the one?
I don't know, because I thought for sure it would be me.
I've been out with all these people. Babs is number one. Now, let me just go ahead and say.
No, now.
Because Babs ain't going to back down.
Definitely
So
not.
that's my story. As a matter of fact, listen, I'm not going to say the manager's name and I'm not going to say the restaurant because I don't want to get sued for defamation.
And we probably want to go there and eat again.
Well, I mean, they are he's
well,
not a
and the
public
food
figure,
was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we might want to go.
So we're out. It's a work dinner. It's my husband's work dinner, right?
Mhm.
There's 5 of us.
You may or may not have wanted to be there.
Right. You know,
you were
it's
good.
hard,
You
it's
were
always
good once
hard
you
at
got
the
there.
end of the day. Yeah. Anyway, so end up having a great time. I love his boss's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her name's Sarah, my friend Sarah. She might be a little loud sometimes, right? I might laugh kind of loud sometimes. And
Especially
then
when drinks are flowing.
Right, yes. And then
Okay.
our other buddy, Doug, I'm calling him the defendant because I think he's the guilty party here.
Yeah.
But anyway, he might be a little loud, and sometimes his language
Let
is
me just say,
questionable.
Travis is so nervous right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Travis is the one that is the good one, right?
Yeah, he saved everyone.
Yeah. No, but this is a Wednesday night. It's a loud restaurant. We're dressed nice. It's a business dinner. So we're okay, appetizers and wine and this, and, it's going on the company, whatever.
Let's get it.
So, and we're all behaving ourselves. We're just having a good time. Everybody's laughing or whatever. The manager comes over and is like, hey, can you guys keep it down a little bit? It's just your voices are carrying. You're getting really loud.
Okay, most people at that point
Blah,
be
blah,
like,
blah.
yes, sir, no problem.
Well, so immediately I'm like, like I step back and check us, right?
Like,
I'm like,
they're loud.
oh God, are we being that loud?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're not. This restaurant is loud.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Everybody's in
So I'm like, somebody had to have complained.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to have complained. I'm looking around at the tables. I'm like, which one do you think it is that complained? Whatever. So Kevin, our very sweet waiter, comes over, and I'm like, hey, which table complained about us being too loud? And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, nobody's complained. And I was like, are we being really loud? And he was like, not really. I mean, the rest, so I'm like, oh no. Now this manager just decided that we were being too loud and came and told us. Nobody complained.
Right.
Nobody around us complained. So I have to go talk to him about this because I have an issue with that, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Like, wouldn't you?
I mean, don't pet the horse.
I like it, Babsy.
Don't pet the horse.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey. So I go corner, or ask him to come over, actually. Ask him to come over. And he's like, I'm like, did somebody complain? And he was like, no, I just, it's my job to make sure everybody has an enjoyable experience, whatever. And, I could hear you guys at the front of the restaurant. Okay. The restaurant isn't that freaking big. Of course you're going to hear me at the front of the restaurant. You can hear everybody at the front of the restaurant, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, all right. So whatever. We're just told to shut up, Nah. So then I'm like, listen, I do a radio show here in town.
Oh, you threw that.
No. I threw it because I'm like, I think that you need to come on. Stop it. It's not over yet.
Don't get in trouble,
Honk, I'm serious.
Don't get in trouble, Honk.
So I'm like, I think you need to come on and like just talk about this. Like it'll be funny.
Come on the show.
Yeah, come on the show. So I write down the number to call. I write down my name, our show from 3 to 6, whatever. I do all of that. And so I give it to him and he's like, no. Like he didn't think it was funny.
Yeah,
I'm like, it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. We'll laugh about it. You can talk about how loud we are, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, no. So then like an hour later, we're leaving, and by this time the restaurant's like pretty empty. Yeah. It's a random Wednesday night though, right?
Shut it down. That's cool.
That's a testament to how long y'all
No, we didn't shut it down.
Okay.
It's just a random Wednesday night. It's not going to be, and it's a restaurant that's been around for a while. Okay. So it's not like everybody's clamoring to get in, you know? So as we're leaving, I'm like, hey, can we just take a quick picture with you? Like call in on Monday. But I'm like, happy-go-lucky, this is fun or whatever. Yeah. Oh no, he did not appreciate that. Yeah. He then proceeded to say, you are harassing me and I'm going to call the police. You need to leave now. But there are some pictures of us chatting and you can see that he's like smiling and laughing. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, you need to leave. You need to leave. I'm going to call police. I'm going to call the police. I'm like, you're the one that came over to the table.
Yeah, well,
he works there. But it's not like somebody complained. Like, honestly, we weren't that loud. We were not that loud. Like I said, I think it was the defendant who might have dropped a bad word there.
There's a disagreement between the two parties on that one point.
Yeah. I should have asked the other tables around us and gotten their opinion.
That would have been great.
But yeah, so I'm like...
They would have been on your side, too.
Yeah,
but hey, let me say this, though. I'm not going to say how old I am, but I've been around for a little while.
You can find out on the internet.
Yeah, you're right.
Why is your age all over the internet?
I don't know.
25.
Anyway, I'm over
26.
26.
26.
You've got an after party. It's supposed to be starting in a minute.
In all of my years, I have never been told that I am a harasser, and I have never been told that somebody's going to call the police on me in all of my years. And y'all know, like back in my younger days, I probably drank, like I was probably pretty obnoxious back in the day.
You might got a little
I'm
wild,
not
huh?
now.
Yeah, you're more tame.
And this is the first time.
You just have no problem getting in people's faces.
So do y'all think I was out of line?
Only if you cornered them. Did you corner him?
No. Well, define corner.
All right, after party coming up next, which means
I just
more
need
of
an
us.
answer, Slay. I need an answer.
You are not wrong, Babsy. No.
Plays down to 46.8%. Babs at 36.7%.
Oh my gosh, I'm going up.
We're going up. That's right. Come on, y'all.
I never should have told this story.
Well, I mean, you had the jaywalking experience with the horse in New England.
Hey, that was not my fault.
All right. Good night. God bless.
And don't pet the a horse.
Later.
3HL After Party as well as Chris Lowe brought to you by Awaken 180.
See ya, honk.